Yeah, I'm ready. I just not even when I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready.
You are a bunch of
It
fucks.
makes me it makes me ready. I was
Listen
born
here,
and ready.
Dr. Widow's Peak.
I'm just catching lobster in RuneScape.
So we live, we good to go. We welcoming people. We saying
Aren't
hello. How you
King?
doing?
Aren't you King Dick? What?
I said, yeah, exactly.
I've gone live.
Well, let's make it happen, captains. Let's make it happen, shrimp shooters.
Shrimp shooters.
Yeah,
Shooters?
Captain Geach and the
Lobster
Shrimp
catchers.
Shack shooters. That's my full name. Captain Geach and the
Nice.
Shrimp Shack shooters, baby.
No, it's
Give me
not.
the name of the
It
next
is.
No, it's
band.
not.
This-
Press X.
my-
Press X to bad cop.
Isn't that some like copyright liability shit?
Fuck no, man. I copyrighted that shit.
They
It is
didn't-
Invented it.
open market now.
Yeah.
That movie has been out for 25 years.
He had
It's
that
not
title
open market,
tattooed
though.
on his forearm when he
First
came
of
out.
all, public domain, I believe.
Well, whatever,
Well,
close enough.
And it's not even close to being public domain.
Yeah, isn't that 75 years?
Yeah,
I thought so.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
it's like
patent
it's
law.
I
seven.
think it depends on the type of media.
it does.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like 85 for books.
It's a non-copyright name. I looked it up, so no worries. I can use it whenever I want.
I had a girl. You did research.
I did.
Wow.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack shooters. I can make shirts, do whatever I want. And no one can do shit.
There you go, man.
Jesus.
But for publicity, I added a 15
That's
because
why
that
you're
was
the
my football number. I'm that guy,
Ooh.
living back his glory
Live the
days
glory days.
when I played the bench.
When I played the
Nice.
I really did. I didn't play.
best goddamn bench warmer this side of the Mississippi.
Fucking
There
was,
were
man.
others, but
Yeah.
they were all second rate compared.
I know. I was the best bench
You were,
warmer.
you were the greatest fourth string quarterback that school has ever seen.
I know, right? Fucking very last game as a senior, we were losing 48-0. You think I played 1 second in that game? Nope.
Not even on
You kept that bench
seniors
real
day.
fucking warm though.
I did play in senior day. I played special teams. That was cool.
Define special teams.
Yeah, I'm with Mark. What the fuck's a special team?
I ran down the field when we kicked off, trying to tackle the guy from the other team.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good
Now
time.
you know. Sometimes
You
you
get a
gotta-
tackle. You,
And then I
were,
took-
Were you showing off for the scouts
I
in
was.
the stand?
And then I took credit for someone else's tackle because someone said, "Hey, Walker, did you tackle somebody today?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I did," because the announcer said I had tackled somebody during a play, which I wasn't even close to the person, and so they announced my name over the announce system, and then the coach called me out. He's like, "You made a tackle." I was like, "Yeah, I did," and the guy who actually made the tackle was super fucking mad.
You took the good old glory.
I did.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, he called me
Who's-
out, so I was like,
yeah, who are you gonna believe? The announcer or some stupid kid?
yeah. So I'm like, fuck it. You want to give me praise? I'll fucking take it. It's a good time. I played more on my 11th grade JV team than I did my senior year. Good time. And the fun fact,
Really?
11th graders aren't supposed to play JV.
No?
No,
No, they're
JV
not.
is up till 10th.
Yeah. But my school didn't follow that, so
That's
half
good
the
to know.
11th graders played on JV. So we were literally destroying freshmen. We went undefeated. That was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah, 11th graders is 11th and 12th is varsity, 9th and 10th is JV. But there was so many seniors that we didn't know what to do with all the 11th graders, people in my grade. So half of us went to JV, and we ended up going undefeated. It's a good time. Shouldn't have been on the JV team, but we were, and we chalked it up as a good season.
Were you
Nice.
still on the bench
Good
in
job.
JV?
Not as much. I started special teams, so I started on kickoffs.
Nice.
So that was the glory days, my 11th grade year.
I was starting right end for flag football, the Eagles.
There you go.
They
It's a good
didn't have
time.
a size big enough for me for the jersey, so they bought me a jersey at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Hell yeah.
I love it. My
That's why I'm 00.
it's fucking awesome. Yeah, my prize moment. I had someone fumbled the football, and I was literally 2 feet from the end zone, and I was so excited I couldn't pick up the football, so I didn't know what to do. Like I kept dropping it, and so I just fell on it. Like literally, I had to like pick it up and just reach over the end zone. And I would have got a touchdown, but I was too excited. I didn't know what to do, so I just fell down. Like I can't, my body can't move. The ball's right there. I'm gonna score a touchdown, but instead I'm just gonna fall on it. Spur of the moment thing. Couldn't help myself.
That's a hell of an intro.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Welcome everybody.
What is
Episode
up, guys?
40 of the Level Unlocked podcast.
Yes.
As Jeff tries to bring it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Hope
bringing-
everybody's
he's reeling
doing
that back in.
awesome.
Yes. Welcome.
No. Yeah. So our show got pushed to Monday instead of Sunday.
I wonder who
life
the
stuff.
reason that was.
Hey,
Walker.
you guys could have done it yesterday. That wasn't my fault.
No, but I like making fun of you. I like
It's only
blaming you.
fair.
It's so easy to do.
Gotta roast someone.
Oh, Eric Harrington says, "What's good, everybody?"
Hello
It's-
there.
What's good with you?
Does
What's
anybody
good?
other than me and you know who Eric Harrington is?
I don't know.
I have no idea who that is.
Not even.
Good buddy. Good friend of ours.
Yeah, he used to work with us at Best Buy a long time ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, anyways, welcome
Wow.
guys to episode 40. 40 weeks. 550 downloads. Almost 3 away, but still. 550 downloads, 40
Ah.
episodes. Worldwide
Big.
content. Literally.
Mr. Worldwide.
Literally worldwide.
Truth.
Germany, France, Netherlands. I don't even know where else. Sweden.
Ontario, apparently.
Canada.
Canada. Canada.
Canada. Do.
Yeah,
We're
we
being
have.
stereotypical
Can I do?
Americans right now.
Hey, that's what we
So-
do best.
It's about time.
To
Just kidding.
boot
Oh
that
my
time.
god. Can I just say I fucking hate Dale so much?
Why do you
He
hate
makes-
Dale so
he
much?
makes- He makes so much fun of me because of how I say about.
A
About.
boot?
About
About.
I fucking just say it like
About.
that.
about
I don't say about. I say about.
About?
About.
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 Well, why do you say it like
It's
Knock
a
it
long
off.
Accent.
story. Yeah,
You're in
I
fucking
just-
America. Say it right.
Listen
tell me about it.
here.
We're basically Canada, all right?
God damn it.
We're basically
just-
southern Canada. We're at.
Basically, southern Canada.
People
Yeah,
call
we have a
Arizona
fucking-
northern Mexico, so it works
We
out.
have a team. Okay, that doesn't make sense because there's fucking New Mexico, all right?
But people are saying we're more like Mexico than New Mexico, which
That
is
doesn't
weird.
make a goddamn lick of sense. It has fucking Mexico in the name.
I don't know.
Has Mexico in the name.
I don't
Where the
understand
fuck is
your
Old
logic here.
Jersey if we're going to be talking about this shit?
It's over in England.
What?
Yeah,
Is that factual?
yeah, that's factual.
I didn't
And, like,
know that.
York. Same with York. That's
Well-
over in England.
Is that like Yorkshire?
Yeah.
Or is there an actual place called York?
Like Worcestershire
Mm.
sauce.
There's
Close
a
enough.
York in Pennsylvania, but I don't believe they're related at all.
No. No, not at all.
Neat. Well, you came for gaming and cinema. You learned history, boys
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we do here.
and gals.
That's what
You
we
never
do
would've-
over here.
Never would have thunk it. You never would have. Other
Nope.
people would have thought maybe, but no.
Nope, that's why you stayed tuned for 40 episodes, 42 episodes
that.
actually, so. Yeah,
Every
that
one of
one
them, bruv.
bit.
yeah, exactly. Now it's not.
42.
Yeah, the specials.
Oh yeah, it's the specials. I keep fucking forgetting about those.
Yeah.
'Cause they did horribly.
No, one of them did. The first one we did.
Probably the E3 one. I know the Gamescom one didn't do
I'm
shit.
missing
No,
a
that didn't
song.
do shit. I don't think anyone knew what that
'Cause
was.
No one cares about Gamescom.
That was E3 they cared about. People care about E3, Fortnite, and the Joker and mental
Joker.
health. That's We've had some random ones in there that randomly get super popular.
All right, guys. I hope we have something that's very clickbaity this week.
Exactly.
But
what we have to
Fallout.
I'll
Yeah,
just
Fallout
say
first.
Yeah. Well, we'll save that after our weeks.
Okay.
Speaking of weeks,
Yeah, gotta do this part.
Yep. Let's segue into there before
you
we take
sound so
10,000
excited,
years.
Mark.
See how fast we can get through this.
yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
I
first.
will.
I'll go.
Oh,
Nate-
good. Everybody's excited
Yeah.
about it.
Nate raised his
Okay,
hand.
that's good.
I just have two things that excited me this week. One,
You're a bitch.
I got my fucking Agent Venom helmet. I fucking love this
That is
thing.
fancy.
Is
It's
he a
fucking
member of Shield? Is he an agent of Shield?
no. If you want to get technical, he joined the Guardians of the Galaxy at one point and became like defender of the entire galaxy, like single-handedly.
Did he meet Groot?
He did.
and Rocket Raccoon.
He did. There's an entire
And-
comic arc about it.
What about Paul Rudd? Did he meet Paul Rudd?
I mean, probably.
The actual
He
Paul
did work
Rudd,
for
not Ant-Man.
Shield for a short period of time to capture Spider-Man
Shit,
because
that's fuck. That
he,
is
specif-
that is
he
Ant-Man.
specifically
Fuck.
said,
I was like,
Who the hell plays the main dude in Guardians?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Wow.
Damn.
They're not
I
even
don't even know.
semi-similar.
Yeah, they look the same.
They're both
they're
handsome
both
gentlemen.
white
They're both
actors.
sexy dudes, but they don't seem to age. That's pretty cool looking though.
I very much enjoy it. Honestly, like I didn't think I was gonna be able to justify it when I got it, but like it's worth every penny. There's like a small minor like imperfection that only really I noticed because no one else has so far. But I also notice every little thing that's wrong with everything, unfortunately.
Did you leave a 1-star review on Etsy?
No, I gave him a 4. Cause like everyone was saying, they were like, well, it took like 2 months to get here. I got here in like 13 days.
That's not bad.
That's pretty cool.
I love the
it came from
Spawn
It
mask,
came from
looks good.
Thailand. Listen here.
I had to.
Yo,
I thought-
Spawn's my favorite character from Soul Calibur.
Not just any Spawn, but the one from Soul Calibur.
You
Oh.
wanted also James wanted clickbait. So the other thing that was really like interesting for me this week, I listened to the Joe Rogan / Edward Snowden podcast.
I seen that there.
Yo, can we
It's
get Edward Snowden on the
so
show?
good. If I could talk to Edward Snowden for like an hour, I'd be happy.
Yo, can we get Joe
Me
Rogan on the
too.
podcast and just talk to him about video
We're gonna
games?
start reaching out to everybody. We're
That'd
gonna
be
get
cool.
Alex Jones on here.
Elon Musk.
If
Art
we could get
Vowels.
Oh
if we
my
can get a
God.
guest in general of like a caliber at all, that'd be great.
Oh my god. Nate, when we
What?
do the Anime Corner podcast,
Yes.
should we try to invite Elon Musk?
Yo, King Weeb Elon for the win. Let's go.
Yeah, we could just talk about cat girls. the entire fucking episode.
Fucking neck goes all around. Let's go.
Yeah,
I like it.
Nekos.
But no, like
Neko Sama.
Neko-sama. That podcast, like, I don't know if like Mark seemed like he was interested. I don't know if you two are, James and Walker, but Mark and Schroeder, I think you guys would really enjoy it. Like, it's incredibly informative, and like, I also did an entire piece on for my senior year project in government about Snowden. He's a very fascinating individual. Like, Snowden did nothing
Well, if
wrong.
you like him
Just
so much,
saying.
why don't you fucking marry him then?
He's in Russia. The relationship wouldn't work. I tried long distance before.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
what I
little long.
hear.
But no, yeah, like look into a lot of the shit Snowden's done, and realistically, in my perspective, none of it's wrong. I
Yeah.
don't think he particularly did anything wrong, but that's just my perspective.
I learned about him in my government class too.
Nice. They actually didn't want me doing the thing because, like, quote unquote, like I talked about how, like, realistically, it was because me and my friend had a very similar debate as to why I said I'm gonna do it, and you can't tell me no because you told me to pick something. I just labeled it NSA and then some, and then I did it. It was pretty much all about Snowden. But like a lot of people were like, no one was ready for it, this, that, the third. But the thing is, like, no one would have ever been ready for it to have like the ground swooped out from under their feet. Like, it's all
Definitely.
facts. Like, I don't know. That was super interesting. I did that this week. Other than that, very
that shit-
short week. I
All that
finished
shit happened
Canarium
after. All that shit happened after I got out of school. So
in
Sure.
2013.
yeah. I got my
When did you
GED.
graduate?
I got my GED then.
Oh, okay.
So
No, but yeah, like definitely something
So
people
I
should
never got
check
to do
out.
that shit.
good stuff.
That's fair.
Right.
What about you, Schroeder? And you said you wanted to go.
Yeah, to say that I didn't have a whole lot go on this week. Boom.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
Straight to the point.
Sweet and
That's all
simple.
she wrote.
Well, okay then, Schroeder. I'm actually.
I
kind of
streamed a little more than
interested-
usual. Why? What's up?
I'm actually kind of interested how Canarium went.
Oh,
As Nate.
with Nate.
okay. So
Is it
I
good,
finished
bad,
the game.
Indifferent.
I have to play it again.
Okay.
And like, here's why. Because I got to the ending, and like there were a couple people that like watched me finish the game. There was like 2, I want to say. But so played through the game, ended up getting chased by lizard people. That was weird.
Pretty normal.
Yeah, typical Tuesday, no big deal.
Yeah.
But the thing that really gets me is when I got to the end of the game, because I walked into the quote unquote canarium, which is this giant dome of light, and everything went black. And then my eyes started to open slowly, and I was in this like pod shape, like cocoon of sorts, I suppose. And my dude just lifts his hands, and they're scaled and webbed, and he just like
Spoilers.
looks at him. Well, I mean, I don't think first of all, the game you have to like pay for. It's not worth paying for personally. Like it's like $30 and it's 4 hours of gameplay if you didn't find everything, and I found like 75% of it. I was missing a couple documents and like 2 artifacts. But I mind you, that's not spoilers. Because here's the reason I have to play it again. Is because, well, I guess it's like a third of a spoiler. Because after the credits, it hit me with the screen, and then it said this, you found all this, and then it said ending. Spectral like walker or something like that. So i.e. like this game is it has more than one ending you could have ended up at. So I didn't figure out everything with this game because apparently you take a certain path and you end up in one ending, and I looked it up and I think there's like 3 or 4 different endings you can end up in the game. So like what I played was good. It was fun. It wasn't like a consistent run from this thing, hide from that thing, which I liked. It was legitimate like adventure, except for like the one mission where you had to run from the lizard people that turn out to be a complete like what's the word? I can't even think. It's all your head. You like like it's like the world. It's like the whole thing fucking with your head. So it's interesting. If it becomes free on the Epic Game Store and anyone ever decides to use the Epic Game Store because no shopping cart, I got you to the.
What even happened to the shopping cart?
It fell into the canarium. But yeah, definitely give that game a check out because it's honestly a lot of fun. It's a good chill game.
Cool.
Okay, who wants to go next?
No, I was just kidding. I mean, I did paint another thing, and then I painted another thing, and then I actually downloaded The Sims again.
I saw you playing it.
Yeah,
It's on.
Yeah, the old school escapism.
Download the multiplayer mod. We could stream it together.
What? There's a multiplayer mod?
Bet.
We talked about this months ago.
Yeah, I'd be forgetting things.
Yeah,
sometimes.
That's true. I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
Walker, I can't hear you, buddy.
I was muted. We talked about it, but never actually did anything with it. So that's I forgot if there was a multiplayer mod too.
Well, that's neat. Yeah, maybe sometime. But other than that, there really hasn't been a whole lot.
Fair enough.
Thieves of the Sea.
Yeah, a lot of that.
A lot of sea.
That was fun.
Thievings. I haven't played it. I didn't play it this week.
Me neither. I've been playing Modern Warfare. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game that came out. We'll talk about that here once we get through our week.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of footage on that. That game looks pretty fun.
So good. I know you don't like FPSs, Schroeder, but I recommend, at least for the friendships.
Oh, I do like. I enjoy them, but they're just so much money, and I play them so infrequently that it makes it hard to justify the cost.
I feel you.
So I am.
How about you, Mark? How's your week going?
Not too bad. I didn't do anything too crazy. I've been spending most of my time playing the Outer Worlds. It's fantastic. I mean, not like great. There's definitely it's definitely great. There's just like a few things that I feel that they can improve upon, but
all right, what are some of the things? Because there's a few things that I was like, yeah, there's some things they really need to improve on.
Yeah, there's a handful of UI things that could be fixed, and plus it's not necessarily the easiest to understand.
There's a lot of stuff in it, in my opinion, that's like it just goes beat by beat without doing anything in between.
True.
It's like because like I got to that second ship, the second place, and it's just like, oh, go see this person, and immediately it's like, oh, go see that person.
Yeah.
It's like no explanations.
I enjoy those kind of games because like you can end up talking to the people and they'll give you an explanation about what you're doing. Otherwise, if you just go directly to them and say, hey, I want to do this, they'll tell you it, and then you could just leave.
So I heard a comparison. Tell me how true it is. I heard it's very similar. Well, the first one I know is because like James keeps saying it's his favorite Fallout game, but
Goddamn Fallout game ever made.
I hear it's kind of a like the feel of the game is kind of a mix between Fallout and KOTOR. Is that true?
I don't know what
Does that sound
KOTOR
about
is,
right?
to be honest.
Knights of the Old Republic.
I would
Oh.
say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to play that?
It's mainly
It's
the
been a
party
while.
system. It's mainly the party system. Where
Okay.
you get like a bunch of different companions, and they all hang out on your ship, and you're just like, yeah, you come with me, or you just stay on the ship, or you do this, you do that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free on Game Pass. So I'll pick it up. I'll try it out.
definitely
It's
try
definitely
it.
It's worth your time.
Okay.
I've already put in 11 hours, I think, and I don't play video games too much, just whenever I can. And that one's pretty addicting. I also don't like the perk system. Like, there's a random, you'll generate a random perk after you're like fighting a certain group of, or a certain kind of creature, and they'll be like, hey, you don't like these people, so you can get 1 extra perk point and get all these debuffs. And
I don't mind that, honestly.
it's never worked out for me. Like, the perk points just don't really seem rewarding. They just seem so okay that like I don't really want to have all of them.
Yeah, it's honestly one of those things in like the Fallout games, or like in the a lot of Western RPGs where it's like you can go a straight path, but by the end of it, you have everything. Like, there's no like, oh, I want this perk here, this perk there, this perk. I want to build a tree to like make this specific job, if you will. But to have this character as a certain class, but it never ends up being that way. It's just, oh, I have all the perks, great.
Pretty much. But as a game, I definitely recommend it. I probably give it like a 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. Like, compared to a lot of other games that have come out this season, it's like none of them really compare. I haven't played Modern Warfare though, so other than that, nothing too crazy.
It ain't no Untitled Goose Game.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
guess so. You got me.
No matter how hard it tries.
What about you, Jameson?
Well, I mean, I played Outer Worlds. See, I didn't screw it up this time. I'm proud of myself.
Attaboy.
I played Outer Worlds maybe about 4 or 5 hours into it. Game's great. Like, I completely agree with Mark. It's like an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, it is. It's the best Fallout game I've ever played. It's so weird how similar it is to Fallout. Shorter, you would love it.
I thought
Okay.
it was like if Fallout, BioShock, and Borderlands all had a kid. It
Yeah.
would be that game.
Well, yeah, because it's got the whole like gameplay mechanics of Fallout, the newer Fallout games, and then it has kind of the whole like
Look
One
and feel of a
corporation-
BioShock.
yeah, and then I mean the party system's just straight out of like any BioWare game, old BioWare RPG. You know, your Jade Empire or KOTOR, that kind of stuff. Played some,
Definitely looks pretty cool.
fuck are you doing?
Streaming us, streaming.
That's
Streamception.
Yeah.
Yes, Streamception.
you're so far delayed, Walker. But anyway, so
What's up, Ollie? How you doing, Pimmon?
I also played Modern Warfare. Game was great. A lot of fun with it.
Oh yeah.
Most fun I've had with a Call of Duty in a very long time. Yeah. So that. Oh, I also delved back into a little bit into Sid Meier's Covert Action, and I know the people hanging out in the Discord server saw my little scribblings of a madman. Let me see if I still have it right here. Actually, my wonderful. This is for our video watchers. This is the scribblings of a madman 5 minutes into the game. Just lines going everywhere. Just who is Pepe Sylvia?
That Discord blew up over the last couple days. There's 5 people that joined.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no idea who any of them are except for 2. I don't know who the other 3 were. Like, who joined today? I don't know who that is.
Is it pepperoni?
No.
Oh
'Cause
no,
if so-
it's Stevie.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
Stevie joined today.
Yeah.
Nice.
I sent him the invite.
I sent
Nice.
pepperoni. I don't know if he wants his name said on the internet, but
Yeah. Just say
Today.
their Discord name's fine.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I was like, that's pretty legit. Fucking shit's blowing up. We had 3 in a row. So
My
that was
buddy
kinda cool.
Hunter is the one who joined last night. That's Hunter Bug.
Yeah, and then we had 2, the home theater supervisor and
Oh yeah, Jacko. I got you.
and then Trevor.
Jacko and Trevor.
I wanted to
And,
put something when I seen Jacko join, and I was like, oh, he finally decided to join us, huh? I wanted to say something snarky, but I didn't.
Oh, he's on the Level Unlocked server, podcast server.
Yeah, no, he was. He's never been on it though, which
Yeah.
is funny.
Oh, yeah, that's-
I wanted to say something like, oh, now you want to arrive, or something. I don't know what I wanted to say.
when he joined the Discord, for me at least, said never gonna give
Yeah,
Trace
that's
Rick
what-
up, never gonna let Trace Rick down. That shit was
Pretty good.
funny.
Were you guys all playing Call of Duty last night?
The night
2 nights
before
ago.
is when we were all playing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 2 nights ago.
We played with Trevor, and boy howdy was that sometime.
That was a fun time. But we'll
Well,
get into that.
I was like, yeah,
some
don't
other
talk
time.
about that on the
Yeah.
stream.
I also got a Switch controller. It is an off-brand Pro controller.
Nice.
That's
I-
weirdly how it resembles another system.
It looks exactly like an Xbox One.
That's for a
It
Switch.
it looks almost exactly like an Xbox One controller.
Here's my other off-brand.
I'm sorry, I don't see
My
the.
other off-brand Xbox controller.
I'm sorry, I don't see the similarities at all.
No, not at all.
It's the translucent, man.
What's an Xbox?
So I can finally go back to scratching that itch of Fire Emblem until my actual Joy-Con comes back in from Nintendo.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, Walker, you should be getting a package tomorrow.
Titties.
My package.
My package.
Oh, sorry.
It's control. It contains some stuff. You want to know how much that fucking cost me to 2 days ship to you? Do you want to know?
Tell me off stream.
I'll tell you off stream. Cause
Or text it to me. It's probably
Oh.
pretty penny.
oh yeah.
You should have
It
went with
wasn't-
United States Postal Service instead.
I should have. I really should have. But at the time, I was like, I'm here. I had to send this anyway. Convenience. And also, I was like, I don't want to. I just don't want to say no now. I'm already committed.
What are you shaking?
It is a pen that has a game built inside of it. There's little
Oh.
balls that you actually.
So
it's like
that's
a
what you
maze.
The
You-
damn
So that's what you've
future.
been
Yeah.
Where'd you get that? Scholastic?
That's why you haven't
The
been.
Scholastic book fair?
You got that at the book fair at school?
I did. I did. No, you have to get the ball from one side to the other, but it's a maze inside the pen. It's so fucking futuristic. It's wild.
Easily amused.
I am. My ADHD kicks in.
Hours into that.
Do you got anything else, James? Or I can go.
Nope. That's it.
So didn't do much. Obviously, played Call of Duty with these guys. Whoa.
Once. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Guys.
Fuck. Let me know if you want any money for that. By the
No.
way.
No, it's
Um,
fine. I just thought it was funny.
I got just super distracted from that. Wow.
Go to my
Um,
stream sometime. We'll
I
be
will.
good.
Oh fuck! I lost your train of thought. Call of
Poor
Duty,
train.
obviously.
Wow.
Playing what the fuck's the other game? Sea of Thieves.
Oh, yeah.
Found out some cool news for you guys actually. This, well, technically Sunday. We gain an extra hour of gameplay together, boys.
Yeah, we do.
So
Do we?
what do I mean by that is
Your
you
fucked up
guys.
state that you live in.
You guys fall back an hour for daylight savings time, while myself does not change at all. So, to put it in
Only be 2
perspective,
hours.
Fucking state doesn't believe in that shit.
exactly. So to put it in perspective,
Well, yeah,
At-
because daylight savings time was meant for the farmers.
Yep.
You know, so they can get more sunlight. But Arizona is like the exact opposite of farm country.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
So
they don't
Who
need
the
that.
fuck decided that?
Humans shouldn't live there.
Yeah. So to put it in perspective, at 11 p.m. my time, it'll be 2 a.m. your time. So you fast forward an hour, it becomes midnight my time. At 2:59 your time, you guys go back to 2 p.m., but I stay at midnight, meaning that we are now 2 hours
Goddamn
apart.
confusing.
So if
I don't know
Uh,
who decided this
typical
was
3.
made.
if I were to participate in daylight savings time, I would go back to 11. Instead, I would stay at 3 hours. So say I go to California, I go from 2 hours behind you guys to 3 hours behind you.
Yeah.
Just moving a state to your left.
Yep. But back in May of 2020, we are back to 3 hours apart. So we got to capitalize on the 2 hours we have for the next 4 months. Because finally it'll be 8 o'clock my time, only 10 o'clock your time instead of being 11.
Yeah.
And vice versa. It's 10 o'clock my time. It's usually 1, 2 o'clock your time. No, 1 o'clock.
One,
But
yeah.
it'll only be midnight. And you don't think an hour is a lot, but it
That's a lot
actually
of
it
gaming
is.
time. That's a lot of gaming.
It is, because when I was in Texas, I was only an hour behind everybody, and we were streaming literally every single night. Because
Yeah.
because it works so much better. I'd get off at work at 8, it'd only be 9 o'clock your time, and then we'd literally stream until midnight my time, 1 a.m. your time, 4 hours. Now we stream for an hour, it's fucking 1 o'clock your time. So it fucking throws
He's
it off.
over there. It's like, oh, it's only 10. Well, come on, guys, stay up a little longer. Fuck
It's
you
fucking-
mean?
It's fucking 1 o'clock our time, and it's still sunny as shit on your
Yeah.
time.
So, yeah, this Sunday, during the podcast even, instead of being
Oh, God.
11 o'clock your time, it'd only be 10 o'clock.
Don't fucking say that.
Yeah. So we'll have a lot more time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a
really
lot more
cool.
time, but you guys will be able to go to
Yeah.
bed earlier. Like, so that'd be awesome. Probably not, but it'll be yeah.
I
So
know I go to bed after all you guys anyways, even you, Walker.
so yeah, it'll be So that's a little fun piece that I learned today for 100% fact. Yeah. So you guys switch time and I stay the same, and it makes us
How
2
you
hours
know?
apart. So hang on a second.
Yeah, what if it was
Oh, never mind.
Obama telling you, "Hey, that's how it is," and you know,
If it was
just
Obama?
lying. Yeah, if it was Obama.
What?
It was Joe.
Random.
Joe
Um,
who?
I've-
Oh.
I ran yesterday.
Did you?
What?
I
Ooh.
did. Nicole wanted to
Were
go
you
running.
Were you running to go get Domino's?
No, yesterday morning.
Good idea.
Well, afternoon. Before we went to the mountains, she wanted to go running, so we did. My legs hurt today. So does my back and my feet. My whole body hurts. We went to the mountains yesterday, so that was kind of cool. I sent you those guys those pictures.
Yeah, those are neat.
Looks to
Really
be
nice.
10,000 feet in the air. It's legit a completely different environment up there. 30 degrees colder.
Is
How's
it
it
really?
breathe?
Oh, it
Did you
was
say
it
how
was
to breathe?
it took a second.
Why
It wasn't super hard to breathe, but you could tell the air was denser, but
Mhm.
not like horribly denser. Cuz
You think it'd be thinner?
Yeah,
well, that's what I meant.
or-
Like it was
Yeah.
you could tell
It's
there was a
different.
difference, but not
Yeah.
a ton. It looked like Pennsylvania with all the leaves and shit. Just no water.
The exact the
Um,
exact opposite of Arizona.
So that was kind of cool. And today I discovered this Facebook group. It's called Data is Beautiful, or Data is Beautiful, however you want to say it. Data. Basically, it's these people who make pie charts of a giant ass timeline of certain things. I posted in the Discord. I don't know if you guys seen those or know what I'm talking about. I
I
know
don't
Mark said
think
he's
so.
familiar.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
So-
I can guarantee my head would explode looking at it.
It basically, they move constantly. They did one of the streamers, of the top streamers on YouTube since YouTube started till today. Well, whenever it aired, like a month ago. You see all these old streamers like Jenna Marbles and fucking I don't even remember people. I don't even remember who it was. And then all of a sudden you see PewDiePie come off the you see
Onision's probably there.
yeah. You see PewDiePie come out of the bottom, and all of a sudden
Maybe
literally
Johnson.
flies to the top, and then you see his thing going like just destroying everybody. I took some screenshots of some. So it was the most popular web pages from 1996 till today, and this was actually just released. So 1996, the inaugural, basically dial-up internet. The most viewed website was AOL at 94 million views. You got to think dial-up AOL.
They go
YouTube
hand in hand.
YouTube had 36 million. GeoCities
GeoCities.
had 19 million. Netscape.
Oh my God, you don't know what Netscape
GeoCities?
Navigator.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Netscape had
Those are like-
17.
What about Angel Fire?
That's
Angel
actually
Fire
on one
on
of
it?
them.
Oh, nice.
MSN had
Good.
14 million. Webcrawler had 11. Excite had 10. Lyrics.
I don't like 10 people.
Lyrics had 10. Lyrics had 8. Sorry, these are million. Infoseek.com 7 million. PrimeNet, which was dial-up, and CompuServe, which is dial-up,
Oh.
had 3 million people. That was in 1996. So you fast forward 4 years. AOL has 800 million. So that goes from went from 70 million to 800 million. AOL did. MSN 330 million. Yahoo, Lyrics, About.com, eBay, Amazon, CNET.
About.com.
Surprised I haven't heard Cha Cha yet.
Dude,
InfoSpace,
that's way after.
and American
it?
Greetings. So something happened in 2004, and I won't go through all the timelines because it'll take too long.
Something happened.
Something happened.
Yahoo exploded. Yahoo went from 200 million to 5 billion clicks.
Yeah, you know why?
They were
Why?
like the first people that did
2000
emails.
Yeah, and then also, internet became a thing like everywhere else in the world.
That's true. So on 2014, went Yahoo, AOL, MSN, Google finally shows up, eBay, Amazon, AskJeeves.com,
Oh yeah, I love that.
Walmart,
Jeez.
CNET, Weather.com, and About.com. Fast forward to 2006, Google explodes. 5.6 billion. Then it goes Yahoo, AOL, MSN, MySpace reaches its peak.
Yes.
eBay, Amazon, Ask.com, Wikipedia joins the group. So does YouTube and Walmart.com.
That's when YouTube got bought by Google.
Yep.
Alphabet.
Fast forward till 2008, Yahoo then
Hey,
takes back over.
Hey, that's when I made my YouTube channel.
So Yahoo then basically has this explosion. They destroy Google. 10 billion. Yahoo has 8 billion. Facebook explodes. YouTube explodes at number 4. AOL, MSN, Ask, Amazon, Rand Index? I don't know what that site is. It's a backwards R. Randex. Windex? It's Yandex. Windex? Rand? I don't know what that is. Wikipedia and MySpace is dying. Fast forward to 2010. MySpace is gone. And then it's essentially all the same companies.
Oh. So, Yandex is Russian.
Okay.
It's a Russian thing.
Bandu, Baidu. I don't know how to Baidu. That joins the group of the top 10. Yahoo still number 1, 2010. 2012, Twitter joins, and Google essentially explodes with 20 billion. Yahoo's number 2 at 10 billion. YouTube is number 3 at 9 billion. Facebook is 8 billion. And then you fast forward all the way today. Google, 77 billion clicks. No, hold on. No, 77 trillion clicks. YouTube, 27 trillion. Facebook, 23 trillion. That Baidu, Baidu, Baidu. I don't know what that is.
I think it's I think it's the Chinese like equivalent of Twitter.
Okay. Wikipedia, Twitter, Instagram, Yahoo is down there, and then 2 websites that came out of nowhere that is explicit for adults. X videos
Pornhub.
and Pornhub joined the list of the most viewed websites, which is fucking amazing. I have another quick one. I just want to, starting from the inaugural, and I'll skip all the way to the end. The topmost instant messengers. 1998, AIM was number 1 with 3 million.
Buddy.
ICQ, which I don't know what that is.
Oh, I remember ICQ. It was who was it through?
Was number 2. Yahoo Messenger was number 3. You jump to 2000. QQ, Tencent's company, comes out of nowhere. I didn't know they had an instant messenger. For those, we talked about Tencent before. It's that Japanese company that makes like a bajillion video games.
That owns Epic and most part of Epic, and I think it's like 49% of Epic.
So within 4 years, they basically destroyed AIM. They went from 0 to 50 million people using it in 4 years.
Bots. They got bots.
Instant Messenger number 2, MSN Messenger, IQ, Yahoo Messenger. Something happened with MSN in 2003 because it beat QQ and it had 100 million people using MSN Messenger. I've never used that. I don't know if you guys ever use that.
AIM boy. Well, actually more Yahoo Messenger than anything, but.
And it's funny because you'll see in the pie chart how it changes from MSN to Windows Live. MSN disappears and Windows Live appears. And then 2006, BlackBerry Messenger hits it. Google Talk, for those who ever use Google Talk. And then you skip all the way to this year. I never use these apps, but the WhatsApp app, if you guys are familiar with that. WhatsApp. Facebook Messenger exploded. WeChat, QQ, iMessenger, Skype, Viber, and Telegram are the top, basically, communication apps.
Just out of curiosity, I don't know if you can see from like last year or the year before, but if Kik is on none of these, I'm extraordinarily surprised.
In terms of...
Like, because Kik was a huge messenger app that tons of people used for a very long time.
Nah, it wasn't on any of these.
Well,
that's crazy.
And then Kik was going to go away. They were going to eliminate their messaging service, and then they were like, no, we changed our mind. We're not going to.
Nowadays, it's used for more like quote-unquote explicit stuff, but it used to just be a basic messenger app.
I think it was always used for that, to be honest. That's all that I remember it as.
And then one for... I have one more. I know this is long, but I think this is the OS share for operating systems. 2003, 40% of the people had Windows XP, 39% had Windows 2000, 12% had Windows 98, 2% had Linux, 2% had Mac, 0.5% had Windows 95.
Wow.
You jump to 2007. 81% of the market was Windows XP, 7% was to Windows 2000, 4% was Microsoft, 4% was Mac, 3% was Linux, 2% was Vista, 0.9% was 98. You jump to 2009, 68 XP, 18 Vista, and then Microsoft 7. Windows 7, I don't know if I said Microsoft 7, had 2%.
Microsoft 7.
You jump 3 more years to 2012, 50% had Windows 7, 31% had XP, 9% Mac, 5% Linux, 4% Vista. Windows NT had 0.8% of the market share. Fast forward to 2014, 57% had 7. Windows 8 had 13%. 11% had XP. 10% had Mac. 1% had Vista. And then Windows 10 just basically explodes in 2015. Went from 0 to 21%. Windows 7, 56%. XP is still holding on. In 2015, at 5% of the market had Windows XP. Fast forward
Yeah,
to...
most of those are going to be Navy-based computers.
Yeah. Fast forward to today.
Military.
And all of Toys R Us computers.
Yeah. Fast forward to January. Windows 10 has 44%. Which operating system has a higher market share, Windows 7 or Windows 8 in January of 2018?
7.
I would think
Windows
7, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it goes 44% is Windows 10, 28% is Windows 7, 10% is Mac, 8% is Windows 8, 6% is Linux, and good old XP is holding on by 0.5%.
Nice.
You fast forward to August. 59% is Windows 10, 17% is Windows 7, 10% is Mac, 7% is Linux, 6% is Windows 8, and unfortunately, XP is now gone as 0.4% has Chrome OS.
Chrome OS, huh?
Chromebooks and shit.
Chromebooks doing their thing.
Fucking Chromebooks.
Right?
They just released a new one.
So that's your top market shares. Fucking Windows XP, man, they hung on for years. People still have it, I guarantee it, don't they?
Mm-hmm. We see it.
I thought so. I know I seen it when I came into the store. That was, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, the operating system one. And how Windows 7 still has a much bigger share than Windows 8 ever did, and that includes 8.1.
You know what I seen at the shelves on work the other day?
What?
A bunch of little Raspberry Pis.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we have those too.
Nice.
Yeah. I was
That's
like, oh, that's
cool.
neat. I walked over. I'm like, what the hell is this?
That's pretty cool that they have that.
I'm about to make me an arcade machine.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to make an emulation machine.
That's awesome. So yeah,
It's
that's
pretty
all.
easy.
I'm gonna
That's
make
kind
a
of-
robot.
There you
It's
go.
gonna do
Games
my
I
dishes
legally
for me.
bought.
That's cool that they have that though. Yeah, no, I wanted to share that because I thought that was kind of cool. In terms of those lists, if you ever watch them, they're wild. Like there's a bunch of different ones. They have ones like the top greatest selling games of all time. You'll see like how it switches over time based on the amounts that it's purchased, game systems, movies, comic books. Like there's a bunch of different ones, and like the YouTuber one's funny because you see PewDiePie come out of nowhere, then you see T-Series come out of nowhere, and then them two literally just go from being nothing to taking over 90% of the screen, and then them two just kind of go back and forth, and then PewDiePie then just soars. I was like, that's hilarious. Yet it's very fast because they go over like 15 or like some go over years. Like the gaming one goes over like 50 years, but the whole video is 2 minutes long. So you got to pay attention because it swaps out like super quick. So I basically was pausing it and freezing it, taking pictures so I could talk about it. But that's all I got. Now let's get into some news, shall we, boys?
Let's get into
shall.
the news. Who wants to go? Want me to go?
All I have is movie news, so it doesn't matter.
If you got movie news, I mean, if anyone wants to switch it up, we can do the movie news first.
Yeah, let's do that. We are a video game podcast after all.
Well, video games, movies, and pure randomness. So remember that. So it's both.
Pure randomness.
What was the last time we said that mantra?
It's in our. You go to any of our websites. It's on there. Bruh. So I'll start with the non-Disney movie, the non-Disney news. That I only actually have one piece of Disney news, and it's not even Disney.
Thank God.
Well, I guess technically it is. who remembers me talking about the Gemini Man, Will Smith's movie?
Yeah. Will
Uh,
Smith's movie that apparently bombed.
It's slated to be one of the
piece of shit.
biggest box office failures in history. It is set to lose almost $100 million.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow. Jesus, really?
Yep. It did so bad in the
God
box
damn.
office, and it only did about $75 million and cost about $200 million to make.
Jesus.
The adventure.
All that CG, man.
Yeah, I know, because it's Will Smith fighting a young Will Smith, an old Will Smith fighting a young Will Smith.
Nega. It's like Scott Pilgrim, Nega Scott.
Yep.
Yeah.
They can't settle it.
We're getting pancakes on Tuesday.
Yeah, everything's okay.
Adventure Time. Whoever watched that show?
I've seen
I
the same
did.
episode at least 5 times because that was what would be on.
So, HBO. So it was on Cartoon Network, and they had since dropped it. HBO is picking it up, and reviving the series, and essentially making it, instead of a 20-minute show, it's an hour-long show.
I think it's like 5-hour-long specials.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Who likes Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through this stuff fast. Fantastic Beasts 3 is gonna start filming next February.
Ooh. I'm excited for that.
So that'll be kind of cool. Who's a fan of Keanu Reeves?
He's alright.
Who isn't?
Who's a fan of Fast and the Furious?
Oh, I heard a little something about this.
He is being asked to join the Fast and the Furious franchise. It is rumored that he will make a special cameo in Fast 9, which will set him up to be in either the Rock's spinoff or Fast and the Furious 10 and 11.
Oh my god. Stop with fast movies.
So, so that is 3 huge franchises that he will be rumored to be a part of: The Matrix, John Wick, and the Fast and the Furious. So we'll see if it actually happens. It is rumored that it's actually already a done deal, but
God, I'm so behind on all these movies.
we won't know if it's actually true or not. Wait for the Joker. Who's a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean?
It depends. Does it involve Johnny Depp?
Possibly or possibly not.
Then possibly or possibly not.
So
Yeah.
they're going to be making a Pirates 6. They have found the writers. 2 actors who are rumored to be in this movie feel that Johnny Depp will not be moving forward with the franchise. It has not been confirmed or not, though, but it is pointing towards the direction that they will be continuing the franchise without him. It is hard to say whether or not that is true or not, but there is going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean 6. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how you really continue that franchise on without him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like the same thing with like the Wolverine. Like, obviously they're gonna eventually do it, but it's like, how do you do it, you know?
Yeah, what do you do without huge Jack Man?
So, but we'll see.
Huge Jackman.
Yeah, huge Jack Man.
True.
And a lot of the rumors, because Johnny Depp has been in a lot of hot water lately with like a lot of rumors that he beat his ex-wife and a bunch of other stuff too. So
It was all debunked,
Damn.
though.
well, it was, but still that sticks with you, you know. Regardless if it was
like, I didn't beat my wife.
like, regardless if he like was found out that he didn't, there's still gonna be the people out there that are gonna be like, well, why was it brought up in the first place? Blah, 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 blah. 'Cause people are stupid like
Because
that.
he said, "Nah, I'm done with this shit. You will abuse the fuck out of me."
So
And then she's like, "No, money."
yeah, I don't know. That's So, but we'll see. And also, based off their performance of the last one, Dead Man Tells No Tales, I didn't like that one. I thought it was pretty bad. Actually, I think I liked it more than number 4, which I don't remember what number 4. Was it Stranger Tides was number 4, I think.
I thought 4. I thought 4 was on no, I thought 4 was Dead Men Tell No Tales.
No, that was the last one.
Was it?
Yeah, the last one was the 2017's Dead Men Tell. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, number 4 was Stranger Tides, which I didn't like that one. Number 5 I thought was way better. So we'll see what happens. Talk about some Joker news. It is official. Joker is the #1 highest grossing rated R movie of all time. This weekend, it surpassed $800 million.
Jesus,
that's crazy.
That's wild.
Oh, thanks for the sub. Not sub, but follow.
Can it beat, though? Can it beat Avengers?
I don't think it's,
speaking of Avengers,
why not?
The Joker will be as profitable as Infinity War. When you take the budget that it cost to make the Joker compared to how much money it actually made, it is going to be the same, just as profitable, if not more profitable, than Avengers Infinity War.
Well, yeah, it definitely didn't cost that much to make.
Rumor has it though that
uncomparable. Sorry, not you guys. Just respond to the chat.
That rumor has it that it was only given. I don't remember how much it was given. I have to look it up. I think it was like $15 or $20 million. That Warner Brothers only gave Todd Phillips that amount of money to stop him from making the movie. Which obviously he didn't do.
Nope.
So it's most likely not going to reach $1 billion, because that'll take a lot more weeks. As of yesterday, it was the #1 box office movie again. It beat Maleficent, but then last night Maleficent took it back. So they flip-flopped.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, Joker is still breaking many records. Speaking of records, you know that scene when he's on the staircase and he's dancing on the stairs, and like it's actually in all the trailers.
Hey.
Okay, are you going to be
Hey.
talking about the whole Gary Glitter thing?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, then never mind. Continue. Sorry.
I was
It
gonna
was,
say
it was a whole controversy thing that was because of that song being in the movie, and everyone's like freaking out about it.
no. This I'm talking about the staircase itself.
Oh, okay, no.
The staircase itself. If you actually look in the trailers, the previews, he's dancing on a staircase with his full makeup outfit on. That's become a huge tourist attraction in New York City now. That staircase is actually in the Bronx. And because of this staircase, I guess, was... people have made petitions to have this staircase removed, because in the wintertime, I guess it becomes like a living nightmare, because it's like a 300-foot staircase that you have to go up and down to like go to point A to point B. And
right, it's like a really important hub in between the two areas.
Yeah, and now because of the movie, it's become a huge tourist attraction, and I guess it's pissing all the locals off, because this staircase went from being
It's already hard enough to get. It's already been a bitch to get up the stairs, and now you got all the tourists fucking in the way.
Yep, and yet people are posting the pictures and everything like that, and I guess it's pissing a lot of the locals off. They've interviewed them, like, well, how do you feel about all the people on the staircase now? And they're like, well, the city never cared about it when we wanted it removed or fixed for the wintertime because people are falling down it.
That's just New York, Chris.
And now everyone's paying attention to it because it was in a movie, which I think is absolutely hilarious.
Society.
Yep. Last piece of Joker news. Remember how we talked about how Jared Leto was basically given the cold shoulder?
I heard, yeah.
So
Got even more of a cold shoulder.
supposedly he tried to personally have the movie stop being made. So Jared Leto's agent is also Todd Phillips' agent, the director.
Huh.
So it's rumored that Jared Leto called his agent to call Todd Phillips personally and tell him that he's not allowed to make the movie. So yeah,
I wonder how that worked out.
yeah, supposedly he tried.
Not well.
He told his agent, like, you need to call Jared Leto, you need to call Todd Phillips and tell him making this movie is a horrible idea. And I don't know if it doesn't say if his agent actually called or not, but it is rumored that Jared Leto pushed his agent to call Todd Phillips and Warner Brothers to tell him not to make this movie because obviously Jared Leto was not in it.
I want to be the Joker.
So
I sent dead rats.
I'm still gonna say it. Jared Leto's Joker, not bad.
I used to be in a band.
He's still in a band. They still tour.
Speaking of Jared Leto and the Joker and Suicide Squad, so the Suicide Squad director has actually come out and says that he likes Jared Leto as the Joker, but they want to go in a creative, different way. He says he likes Jared Leto as a person, has no problems with him. Creatively, they wanted to change it up. Has nothing to do with Jared Leto.
That means he fucking hates him. He was a failure. Get out.
Probably.
See, I know bigwig talk.
Yep. So it's more or less just covering his butt. Suicide Squad. So Will Smith played Deadshot. So as we talked about before, the majority of every single character is being replaced or not being brought back. So, I don't know how to say his name. Idris Elba. Idris Elba is actually going to be playing Deadshot, the character Will Smith was playing.
Where is that found? Because a lot of the directors were saying that's not what's happening. I'm just curious.
I just saw it today on Yahoo News. Because they were talking about John Cena. And John Cena was, because he's in it. Because they were talking about, because John Cena's in Suicide Squad as well. John Cena plays.
I love John Santa.
Who?
John Santa.
Can't
Cena.
see him. Who?
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see who John Cena's playing.
Wow, there's gonna be a lot of scenes in that movie of just nothing.
Yeah, man.
No character in there.
I hope they're ready for a lot of blank scenes.
Oh, what we got here? Who is John Cena playing?
Since you said no one was returning, I'm assuming that means minus Captain Boomerang and Harley.
No, Harley Quinn's returning. There's three people that are returning.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's definitely gonna be there because she was the most popular band of the first one.
Right.
Joel Kinnaman, who was
Rick Flag.
Yeah, he is returning, and the guy who held that teddy bear, like the one psycho dude, psycho white guy.
Psycho white guy.
Psycho Manus.
Hang on, let me see. Look it up here.
Not Hangman, because he died.
Oh.
I cannot think of what you're talking about.
Let me tell you. The Suicide Squad. I forgot it's what it's called. It's not Suicide Squad. It's The Suicide Squad. Oh, what is his name? Rick Flag. Peacemaker is John Cena. Captain Boomerang. Amanda Walker is that CIA agent.
Go Amanda Waller.
She is in there as well. Idris Elba. Like it says rumored Deadshot, but it also says that he is. The article that I read says that he was playing that. What the hell? Where's the dude's name? Hang on. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Boomerang. Yeah, that's the. He was the dude that carried that. It was like that teddy bear. He was like kind of like a scruffy. He doesn't have really any superpowers.
No, yeah, he's just super accurate, and his boomerangs are kind of like automated.
Yeah, so he's returning.
Oh no shit! Polka Dot Man's gonna be in there.
Yeah, so yeah, it's rumored he's gonna play that. If he actually will, I don't know. But obviously there will be no Joker. Wonder Woman. For those who are Wonder Woman fans, Wonder Woman 1984. The trailer is set to release Christmas Day.
Wow.
It'll most likely be during it'll most likely be during one of the NBA games on Christmas. because that's when they usually release trailers. Like I guarantee there'll be a big trailer on Thanksgiving during one of the football games. They always have things like that. Like Star Wars released their trailer on Sunday Night Football last week. Speaking of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker has broken Fandango's pre-ticket sales record, beating Endgame. So,
Oof.
with that being projected, they are projecting that Star Wars Episode 9 will have a larger opening day than Force Awakens. They are rumoring that it will have roughly $225 million to $250 million in the United States, which is about on par, if not higher, than The Force Awakens, because The Force Awakens did $247 million, which was number one until what the fuck's it came out? Endgame and Infinity Wars.
Oh, Disney's gonna beat itself again.
Yep.
Wow.
Runtime of the movie, people were expecting it to be an Endgame type concept in terms of how long the movie is, because if you recall last week, I said J.J. Abrams guarantees that every Star Wars fan will love how this movie is and love how it ends.
No, it won't.
It'll be 155
Hey.
minutes long,
Thank
which is
God.
2 hours and 35 minutes, which is pretty
Whoa.
on par with the average movie.
Yeah. How long was Endgame? Like 3 hours?
3 hours and 2
Yeah.
minutes.
That you can tell once, like there was that 30-minute of slog like midway through the movie, of it's just like, just get to the fucking point, mate.
So we'll see how it actually does. It's broken a bunch of records in terms of pre-sales. It
But
did
will
not
it
break the
beat-
record for the most watched trailer, which is shocking. Because
But
usually
will it
when
beat
those
Endgame,
no, not even close.
will Disney beat Disney? That's the real question.
Stay tuned.
The only movie I think will beat that would be like 10 years from now when the next Avengers comes out.
I mean, people are already projecting that the next Avatar, Woo, is gonna beat it, but
I don't
like,
know. Oh, that's too
Disney's
far.
Disney's gonna beat
Yeah.
Disney again.
I don't know.
I just
Will the
That's
sec-
the problem.
will the next Avatar have that much effect like the first one did? Because it's been
it wasn't even that good.
11 years. Like look at
Yeah, I saw it 3 times.
look at Zombieland.
To it.
Look
Nah,
at
I'm gonna do it.
Zombieland. Remember what we were talking about last week? How much less
Yeah.
Zombieland 2 did than Zombieland 1 because of the huge gap in time? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My
honestly
other
don't
big
think.
thing is like, continue. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, it's just like, so we're already predicted for 4 more fucking Blue People movies. There's one coming out. I want to say what 2021 is going to be the second one. Then I want to say the 4th one is supposed to come out. Well, technically, the 5th overall. It's supposed to come out like closer towards like 2025 ish.
What was the movie?
It just seems like a lot, huh?
What movie?
Oh, because who fucking
Avatar.
who directed? Yeah, Avatar.
James
James
Cameron.
Avatar.
Cameron.
James
Yeah,
Cameron.
for some reason I want to say Abrams, but I'm pretty sure that's only because you kept talking about Star Wars.
Yeah. There's projected to be a Avatar like every year for the next like 5 years.
Mm-hmm. I just don't see how that's going to be profitable. It's going to be like almost self-defeating. You're not going to give enough time for like
Yeah, and-
people to really take in the movie if
Or
it's going to drop it again.
Maybe it's like the Lord of the Rings, where they're just filming all of them now and then just
Doing it in
shooting
parts.
out. Yeah.
So
If this
we'll
is
s-
one long like conjunctive story, I can get it, but then it should be like the next 10 years, like one every like 2 years. I think that would work personally, but I don't know. I'm not a film guy.
yeah, I don't know. I guess the hype of Avatar 2 would be kind of like cool, but at the same time, it's like it did so good because it was so different.
Yeah, it was the first free 3D movie, wasn't it?
Mm-mm.
No, but
No, well, like first
It
like
was the
real
first, like,
good
real
3D movie.
It was the first like profitable 3D movie.
it was the first.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
the first movie filmed with all 4K cameras.
Mhm.
And
3D.
yeah, 3D and 4K cameras. It was something that was never done before. James Cameron had this concept in 1995, but couldn't film it because the technology wasn't available. So he literally had to wait until the technology was available to film this movie.
You mean you couldn't do that kind of stuff with PS1 graphics? Are you kidding me?
So, but yeah, so that's why it was so innovative, because it looked phenomenal. It was different. You had giant blue people that had sex with their tails. It was like, it was, but it was
What you wanted.
yeah, and it was different. You basically got immersed in a whole new world. Like, and people like saw like this is phenomenal, especially overseas. That's where it did the majority of its money, was
That's where the
overseas.
majority of all the movies do their money now.
Oh, yeah.
Disney movies.
But I mean, in terms of like gross, like that
Yeah.
just that was like unbelievable to them. And a lot of people, I think, saw the word Avatar and they were like, "Oh yeah, The Last Airbender, let's go." And they're like, "Oh, never mind." And then
Another quick excerpt. Apparently, there's a lot of articles on a rumor of a Kylo Ren prequel. Anyone excited?
that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, they're gonna.
That would
ruin
be
him this one,
interesting.
So they've already ruined him twice. So I mean, at least he's a cool character.
If they keep Adam
His martial
Driver,
arts, that's kind of neat.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine Adam Driver. Obviously, like they would have to
You'd
pick different
hope.
characters for his younger version, but like, I think a prequel would be kind of cool. But I also think it'd kind of be really slow and like
well,
it'd probably be like a character piece kind of thing.
they'd be very cautious because of the huge failure of Solo.
That
Solo,
movie was a bunch of fucking filler though, like 80% of the
Yeah.
movie.
the director
I
of that
enjoyed
movie blamed
Solo.
Disney for it failing.
Really?
Yeah, the director actually came out and blamed Disney and said it wasn't my fault. It was 100% Disney's fault for lack of advertisement and direction on the movie.
I liked Solo. I liked
I
it
still-
way more than the what was it, the Last Jedi?
Yeah, I liked it a lot more than I thought or expected.
I just
Fuck it.
He's
If
not
they can
that
recreate
interesting.
the magic of what was the one that bridged A New Hope?
Rogue One?
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
I
Star Wars movie come
personally
out
haven't
for a
liked
long time.
anything they've put out recently. It's all been meh.
Well,
Okay.
So Rogue One was radically different type of movie than any of the other Star Wars movies up to that point.
Yeah.
Because Rogue One was a fucking war movie. It like plain
That's
and
true.
simple. It was a like Saving Private Ryan-esque war movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
To compare it to like Star Wars would be unfair.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
get that. Just like
But-
overall, like so maybe minus that one. Truthfully, I haven't really put effort into watching that one. I put it on the background a couple times, but like all of the new episodes specifically have all been very melancholy meh to me. Like they haven't really been
Episode 8
interesting.
wasn't good. Episode 8 wasn't good.
They're just no, they missed a lot of marks in these movies, and I feel like they just rushed them.
I'd rather watch Endgame again than watch Episode 8 again.
And we all know how James feels.
Well, yeah, the only big movies coming out the rest of the year, you have Terminator Dark Fate this Friday, which people are saying it's the best Terminator since Terminator 2.
Okay, since I can see that. It doesn't have competition.
Yeah, since Terminator
Yeah.
2. And that really doesn't. I was like, I guess that's a good statement.
I mean, a shitty movie is still better than a shittier movie.
Frozen 2, the end of this month, which honestly I think is going to be...
I forgot that was even a thing.
I honestly don't think
What?
it's going to do nearly... Frozen 2.
Oh,
Just have to
yes.
advertise
It's
it.
not going to do
pointless.
nearly as much money as the original Frozen. It's
It's
not...
the first time I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's not going to be nearly as big, captivating for little girls, things along those lines, as
And
it was.
children like you.
Yeah, I know.
So, if nobody minds, I mean, I think everyone knows, but real quick sidebar: everyone knows the reason why, like, or at least quote unquote, why the reason Frozen was made, right?
What do you mean?
Why?
No.
So every time someone would type in, like, mind you, before the movie, because the giant conspiracy is Walt Disney's is frozen under Disney World or whatever. This is a true conspiracy.
I
So
mean,
they
yeah.
theoretically the reason they
throw
made
off
Frozen.
people.
Yeah, so the search bars would instantly
exactly
bring up
why.
the movie instead of some like Walt Disney being frozen under Disney.
Oh my god!
That's a good conspiracy. That makes sense.
That's not
I
even
like that.
conspiracy. That's just truth.
Just
Walt
straight
Disney
facts,
Frozen.
honestly.
I like that.
Sweet.
That's really good. That's really good.
You haven't heard about that?
No,
No.
it
That's
makes sense
crazy.
though. It really does.
Yeah.
Then December, Jumanji 2. Well, Jumanji 3 technically.
Stop.
The next level,
Outer
which
Wilds.
I honestly don't think that'll do. Once
The
again, I don't think. So the only way this Jumanji does good is if they repeat last year. Because
What the fuck do you
Jumanji
mean?
Jumanji 2 did good because everybody hated Star Wars Episode 8. So
yeah.
the same thing happened where Jumanji released, 2 weeks later Star Wars released, and 2 weeks after this Jumanji releases, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker releases.
So really,
Everyone hated...
Really,
Go ahead.
really Sony's hedging their bets on everyone hating Episode 9.
Yep, exactly.
Pretty much.
And because everyone hated number 8 so much, Jumanji actually took back over the number 1 spot in the box office for the rest of December, all of January, and half of February. And it did over $1 billion.
It also had a really like heavy AAA cast.
Well, yeah, it was funny and it was really good, but to start, it started off the first 2 weeks very slow, and then everyone's like, "Fuck Star Wars, this movie's awful. Let's go see Jumanji instead." And then that's when they ended up flip-flopping because Star Wars beat Jumanji its third week. It beat it the week after, and then so a month after its release, it took back over the number 1 spot for another month and a half. Because everyone hated number 8 so much that they are doing this again. Well, let's see what happens again. Let's see if the second time's a charm. I highly doubt it's gonna happen that way, but hey, you never know.
The only thing I could think of that would make a third Jumanji any good is if somehow, some way, they did like a little bit of filming with Robin Williams years ago, and they put it in this movie.
Well, you got to remember
Yeah.
they did him good in the second one. They brought up like,
Yeah.
oh, who's that? Danny DeVito's in it, so maybe he makes the movie. Who knows?
I'm immediately gonna see
I'm the
it.
trash man.
I'm
Yeah,
the
you caught my
trash- They call
interest.
me the trash man. I promise the ring that I eat it.
So we'll see exactly. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that that it does good but
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in the boys' hole. I fucking love Always Sunny. It's the best show on TV.
Considering you just brought up Always Sunny, that just gave me a really good like small spot to fit in. The only other part I genuinely know of Always Sunny is when his cock ring falls off.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
I dropped my Magnum condom for my Magnum dong.
yeah, Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are both in this movie.
Oh god,
Danny
might have to see
Glover.
that. Childish
I'm gonna-
Gambino.
I was gonna see that shit.
So it'll be
No, that's Danny. That's
No,
Donald
no.
Glover.
Donald Glover.
Yeah,
Danny Glover.
Okay, I was gonna
is-
say like, who the fuck's
Was it-
Danny
Yeah,
Danny
he
Glover?
Who's
Danny
Danny?
Glover, wasn't he
Thank you for
the
the
black
follow.
cop from
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon? Not
Yes.
Lethal Weapon.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
He's an E.T. the series. He's a significantly older actor from like a long time ago. You're thinking of Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny
Not
Glover.
This is America.
Yeah.
This is America.
That would be one kick-ass movie if it was.
Oh,
The only thing I care about him doing and anytime
Yeah,
soon.
all the
is
Lethal
being
Weapons he was
Prowler.
in. What'd you
The
say?
only thing
Oh, this is just like comic related shit, but it was a Easter egg in the first Homecoming, and well, not first Homecoming, but Homecoming. The guy that Childish Gambino played, which I'm just gonna call him that because I don't want to call Donald Glover every time. But the guy, if you remember that Childish Gambino was in the movie and he got spiderwebbed to a car because there was an arms deal.
That was
And then he
cool.
talked about he wanted the guns out of the area because he has a nephew there. And if you look, he I can't remember his actual name in the movie because I said it once, but the name is the uncle of Miles Morales, and the uncle of Miles Morales is a character called the Prowler. So I'm really hoping we get something like that in the near future. I think that'd be
That'd be cool. He wants to do only movies now, so he said his Childish Gambino is dead, is what he said in an interview.
I'll still bump to Freaks and Geeks and Bonfire, I promise.
There you go.
I too love underage mobster.
Yeah, Danny Glover is probably one of old cult classic, Angels in the Outfield. He's one of the
shit, okay.
one of the main characters.
Oh yeah.
Angels in the Outfield's great movie.
One of the best movies of all time, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Tony
So
Danza.
awesome.
That was a good times.
Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Oh, that little boy was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I never knew that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ah, that's
Almost
awesome.
Robin, nice.
I didn't know that. That's phenomenal. The things you learn. Anywho,
Oh yeah.
that's all I got for movie news. Oh no, I lied. You'll be happy about this, James. Disney Plus next year will lose 6 movies back to Netflix.
Oh wow. What movies?
What are they?
Hang on a second. I had it and I X'd out of it, so I got to go back to it and click it again.
Yeah, you thought I wasn't gonna ask that question, did you?
No, I didn't.
Not that I care.
I have to go find it.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care that much.
Yeah.
I really don't care that much. So
Yeah, it'll because of their contracts, they're gonna go back. They're gonna go to Disney Plus, and then they're gonna go back to Netflix. It includes Lucasfilm movies, Pixar, and Marvel movies. Is what it is.
no fucking sense.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I guess they'll contract only release them back to Disney for a year, and then they'll go back to Netflix after that. So, anywho, speaking of Netflix, fun fact: The Office is the most watched show in the history of Netflix,
I bet.
I'd
And it's
imagine.
leaving.
Oh.
and it's leaving Netflix at the end of this year. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Going to
love
good old Peacock.
Yep.
I don't understand why they would do that. It's like if you look at statistically, it like triples any other show and movie in history of Netflix. It is literally the most watched show in history of Netflix, and probably nothing will ever catch it. And it's leaving. Yeah, I guess Fox. Was it on Fox?
No,
Or
NBC.
NBC. Yeah, their streaming app.
That's so dumb. But whatever. Anywho, what do you got, James, or anybody else?
All right, so I saw an article throughout the week from where's this from? Gaming Bolt. So we got the Xbox coming out, the new Xbox coming out next year. So time for speculation, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So here are, according to Gaming Bolt, 14 sequels we wish to see on Microsoft's next console. So Halo Wars 3.
There's a 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never
Hey.
really into Halo Wars.
First one was good. Second one wasn't as good. But like they did all the things to make it actually an RTS, but like kind of took away from the Halo Wars part of it. So
Halo
hope the
Wars
third
1
one makes it better.
Halo Wars 1 is the best RTS on console.
Command and Conquer was pretty good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Army
and,
Men real-time strategy GameCube. At me.
StarCraft 64.
I remember that game.
Fable 4.
Oh yes, please.
That's not gonna happen because Lionhead's
Give
Uh,
me Fable 4 or Half-Life 3. You
Just
choose.
kidding.
new Conquer game. That's not gonna happen because they don't let Rare do anything.
Left 4 Dead 3.
It crashed. Oh no, Gear 6. Well, that's gonna happen. We know that for fucking fact.
Yeah.
Too many.
I mean, for a fact, with the way that game ended, with the way Fifth ended, holy shit.
Really?
Shit.
I'm surprised you haven't finished it yet, but yeah,
Only
I
like
have
20
shit.
minutes
If
in.
they didn't make another game, I'd be angry as fuck.
I've been too busy playing Outer Wilds. Fuck! Outer Wilds. Damn it!
You did so well.
I did so goddamn well. Hellblade 2. I'm sure that's gonna happen. The sequel to Hellblade: Setsuna Sacrifice. Yeah. So that's that, and they just bought Ninja Theory, the company that made it. So here's hoping.
Sea of Thieves 2.
Banjo-Kazooie 4 not gonna happen because they don't let Rare do anything.
Because nuts and bolts happened.
Yeah. Forza Horizon 5, we know that's gonna happen. It's almost a fucking guaranteed at this point. And then they're gonna take all of it off the store one day. Fuck game preservation, am I right? State of Decay 3. I mean, people like State of Decay. Perfect Dark sequel, again, refer back to Rare.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
refer back to
64
Zero.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, or the Perfect Dark game that was the launch title for the Xbox 360 where Rare had like
Oof.
3 fucking games come out for the 360 on launch day.
Why don't I remember a Perfect Dark sequel on Xbox?
It's not
Because
good. It's not
Okay. Because 64
Perfect
Perfect Dark was like the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, it's better than GoldenEye. It holds up way better than
100%.
GoldenEye. Hey, Sea of Thieves 2.
Hey!
What are they gonna do?
That'd be lit.
It's changed the world. Looks like Fortnite Chapter 2. Same thing.
more islands, more boats, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger servers.
Project
Maybe they'll
6-man crew.
they'll answer my tweets.
A linear story?
I don't care about the
Actual
linear
story.
story, but I just want them to answer my tweets and acknowledge my existence.
You need to tweet at Rare. You just tweeted at Sea of Thieves. You need to talk to Rare themselves directly.
No, I did both. And they
Dad, notice me.
Yeah, I did both.
Dang. I think Rare responded to me once.
I was like, listen, you motherfuckers, you need to make a 6-man crew.
Well, maybe that's why they didn't. Maybe that's why they didn't respond to you. 'cause
Yeah,
You can't give
hostile,
us-
guy.
You can't give
like,
us
listen,
8 fucking
motherfucker.
cannons, a 3-level ship, 6 sails, and a fucking captain's deck with 3 people. Bastards.
Project Gotham Racing sequel. A number,
Huh?
whatever number. You guys remember Project Gotham Racing, right?
No, not at all.
Sort of, kind of.
It was their answer to Gran Turismo when the original Xbox was out. Killer Instinct sequel. Killer Instinct is great, but again, refer back to Rare. Forza Motorsport 8. We know that's gonna happen. Don't even fucking joke. Crackdown 4 probably not gonna happen because Crackdown 3 was a hot mess. And that's the list.
Nice.
Speaking of lists, let's take a look at the list of the Final Fantasy 14 patch, shall we?
Okay.
So basically, this is going to be the new one that has the story from Yoko Taro, the creator of Dr. Nearman and the wonderful things about it. So it's going to be absolutely crazy. I know I'm going to love it. I should really get back into 14 so I can play it next. Do you guys want to talk about Fallout 76 now or wait?
Let's get it over with.
Let's
get
talk
it
about
over
them making you pay for them.
Holy shit! Fallout's
They're not
back
making
in the
you
news.
pay for it.
Fallout's back in the news.
Choose to not play their game.
Fallout is back in the goddamn news. I have never been more happy in my life. Anytime I
know,
get
even-
to dunk on Fallout 76 is a good day for me.
Yeah, they're not doing a good job right now.
Oh, the exact opposite of a good job. So,
Yeah.
So they're selling a $100 annual subscription. to
Sure
Fallout
is.
76, called Fallout First. So here's what it gets you. It gets you. Where is? Please load. Please load.
Or it's
Thank you.
$13 a month. $100 or $100 a year, or $13 a month.
That's more than $100 a year if you go the route, which is
Yeah.
a bad choice.
The convenience of
It's so
paying per month.
stupid.
Yep.
Well, I mean, all right. So the biggest highlight of that dealio is they give you like servers that you and your friends can play on. The problem is, yeah, quote unquote, they're broken. They're broken right now.
Free
Now,
scrap.
I know,
They
right?
give you server
Unlimited
space.
Which is funny because they're actually using their and then unlimited scrap. Yeah, you can have all the scrap your heart can
Unlimited.
desire.
If you pay 14
As long as you can
bucks.
use it before we take it.
Yeah.
It's a big update. They also they were supposed to release the Wastelanders. That was supposed to change the whole game. That's been delayed till next year now too.
Mhm.
That
Well, they
doesn't help.
completely like pooped on that roadmap. They're like, we're done with the
Yeah.
roadmap. We don't need roadmaps.
Yep.
What do we look like with roadmaps?
There's kind of a conspiracy that they released this first and then delayed Wastelanders so they could get people to pay for it so they can experience Wastelanders later or something. Like, so they'll
Suddenly they're gonna
get
throw
people-
Wastelanders into it.
yeah.
Whoa.
So just a way to keep players still playing.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
those are the two big things. Was
They
the
effectively shot themselves in the foot.
was the private servers and the scrap box that gives you unlimited scrap. Essentially, you can place as much scrap in there as you want. But holy fucking shit, they managed to screw it up. So
Yeah. Well,
This is
one
the-
problem they're having is that the friends list, as far as the like private servers, it anybody that's on your list at all
anyone can join,
can just join.
invite or no.
Yeah.
And there's even people thinking that anyone can join, period. Because
That's
people
not good.
who don't have any friends on like hooked up to their whatever Bethesda launcher is, they've been noticing, hey, shit's been looted here, or hey, people have definitely been here.
Yeah.
Mike Richards said it's a garbage game for garbage people. Don't at me. I love
Yeah,
you,
they
Mike.
just can't seem to get it right, man.
and then that people holding out hope for that unlimited scrap.
Well, they released the fridge item like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. That I think it's like $4 or $5 you pay for in the Atomic Shop, and it allows your stuff to last longer.
Well, that's good.
Everybody was pissed off because it's a pay-to-win item.
Yeah, but hey, if you
I-
got Fallout first, I'm sure you could buy it in like 4 months.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. They did give you a monthly
They give you
currency.
$16 worth of currency every month or whatever.
So if you do pay, I mean, if you were otherwise gonna, if it's $13 a month, if you were a diehard player and you were gonna sink that money into it anyways, I guess it is a better deal.
They just want to get more money out of the
Yeah,
people
they
that
do.
already buy all the items off the shop.
Yep.
Pretty much. They go hard.
Bullet meat foot.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So another thing with the scrap box is that people have been leaving the game, and the scrap that they collected is just gone out of the box.
And
Yeah,
at
they're
first
losing
they
their
thought it
shit.
was a graphical error, but nope.
So
Upon
here's
further investigation, they found that in fact, no, your shit is getting eaten by the boxes.
yeah. So here's what Bethesda says. This is their fix for the losing all your scrap issue. Try opening another player's scrap box on a public server, which may help in getting items to show up again. And if that doesn't work, they're suggesting restarting the game client or uninstalling and reinstalling the game.
Well, there's one other option, and that is throw your fucking console out the window or your
Yeah, just
computer.
yeet that
Shoot it.
thing into
They'll
the next.
reinstall Windows.
Yeet
Yeah.
that shit into the next postal code.
That sounds like a very similar problem I was having with Streamlabs. It's a really
Why-
big issue that I have to deal with for their fuck up.
Mhm.
Why? I fail to understand why they just don't leave it the fuck alone. Do what they did with Ark.
Well,
Like,
no,
come
here's-
on.
No, here's why. Because they want to make their money back.
Doesn't
They
Ark
wanna
make
make their money.
money? They
They're
made some
probably
other
losing
games.
more and
Yeah,
more
no.
players.
Probably.
Oh
but-
my god, especially after this. Ugh.
And there have been people that
They're
are
gonna sunset it.
targeting people that have like the first icon over their head because you get like a special icon or something when you play like in public.
Wow.
And people are actively hunting those players.
Wow.
It's becoming a glorified witch hunt at this point.
They should
Isn't
be on
it
the private
still-
worlds anyways.
Isn't it still Handshake though, or did they get rid of Handshake?
I think they got rid of Handshake. I don't know.
Probably depends on the type, because remember they added the PvP servers in,
Did
so
they?
that
Okay.
yeah, so it's probably on both.
Like them fucks that come and mess with you the second you join Sea of Thieves and they destroy your boat and leave you for ransom and dead.
Dead.
For the
All I can
shocks.
think of is on like the normal
Dating
server that's
show.
not straight PvP. You just have a horde of people consistently clicking your handshake until you give up, and they're just all gonna wreck you. Just wants to
So-
battle, wants to battle.
Okay, I'll go with this next because Fallout 76, that was a fuck up. Here's another fuck up. WWE 2K20.
Wah wah wah.
Are any of you guys familiar about the wonderful stuff that's going on in that game?
I
Looks
sure
like a
am.
PS2 game.
Dude, it's
Now,
fucking bad.
I wouldn't.
it?
I've seen PS2 games that look better than this.
Google right now. WWE 2K20 graphics.
I'm not looking at it because I don't want to be busting out in laughter.
What is it?
Graphics. Just type in.
Graphics.
Oh god, first thing I see is Brock Lesnar. Jesus Christ.
Fuck it, I'll do it. .dd.
Is that really what Andre the Giant looks like in 2K20?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And then add the Rock.
It's like a pudding boy with hair.
Add the Rock to the end of it. So, WWE 2K20 graphics, the Rock. It's the second picture in Google.
Holy shit. Why does this look like 25 to life?
And you guys you guys remember what, like, know what Dwayne the Rock Johnson looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
not
him.
me.
I'm glad James understood my reference.
I super understood that. Reference.
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I said, why does this look like 25 to life? If you've ever played that game back on PS2, that shit looks exactly like it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, then the graphics is not too good on that, huh?
no. And then now
Oh,
delete
yes,
Snoop Dogg
graphics.
game.
Delete graphics and type glitches.
Mm,
I think I saw the one. It looked like someone's head was exploding.
yep.
So
Or like the hair flipping all over the goddamn place.
so
Or
one of
the
the
ones where the rings are going crazy, or the ref just assimilates into the ring.
so the first picture you guys should see is the ropes break. The characters are in the ground and the other person's in the stands. I don't know if you guys see that or not. If you type in WWE
No.
2K20 glitches.
Yeah,
The
it is
first
one
one
where
that comes
somebody's
up-
face gets pulled off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Their face gets covered in hair. You know,
It
you-
Oh,
looks
that's what
like
that is.
it looks like the veins of someone's skull.
yeah, if you just scroll through
Yeah,
the
it looks
different
like bad
glitches.
news.
Yeah. Scroll through the glitches,
I
you'll
just
see the
found the
different ring.
rope.
Yeah.
It's
Oof.
it's such a fucking
Yeah,
joke.
so that's no good.
It's such a fucking joke that Sony is offering refunds.
I feel like they probably have access to the same kind of like graphics as like the other 2K games or the other sports games. Why not just use them?
Well,
Eh.
here's the thing. 2K19 looks 20 times goddamn better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also true.
If you type in like comparisons, like 2K20 comparison, it'll give you last year versus this year on everybody. One of them's John Cena, Brock Lesnar. It's ungodly
And
bad.
And the story mode. They have a story mode that is laughable. Now, like, all right, the 2K basketball games had Spike Lee for a few of them, like direct it, but he doesn't know how to write. He just doesn't. He's a terrible writer and not even that good of a director. I'm gonna fucking say that right now. But man, it looks it makes those seem like Shakespearean.
Essentially, what 2K was like. So we got NBA, WWE. This year we'll just give it to the NBA, and WWE can have the taxes.
Well, it's because with 2K basketball, NBA 2K, you can just make it a real fucking gambling experience, a
Yeah, loot
gambling
boxes.
simulator.
That's all you need.
Pachinko, actual fucking
Pachinko.
slots.
Opa.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very bad.
Last of Us 2 has been delayed until May, so that
Seen
kind of
that.
sucks. Rip.
So I actually have a couple
but
of the
hey,
other games that got delayed as well. If you know,
What else got delayed?
Metroid Prime 4.
Well, that
Wha-
they had to completely scrap and redo.
Okay.
So that's been like, it's being made.
Eventually.
We're Retro Studios is working on it. I don't know.
Fucking Watch Dogs
done when it's
Legion,
done.
which I was excited for.
Oh my god.
Let's hope they don't screw
Oh
it
my
up.
god. Oh my god. It's turning into Watch Dogs all over again.
Stop.
Watch
Don't.
it
Don't.
no,
Don't.
No. Watch Ubisoft. Okay, so I have a special hatred for the first Watch Dogs game.
I don't understand why, but I get it. It wasn't good.
I-
The story was great.
It was so
No.
overhyped, though.
No. This is why I hated Watch Dogs.
Okay.
I bought I bought a PlayStation 4 for Watch Dogs.
Okay.
Doesn't that fucking thing get delayed by like a few months? So I'm like, fuck. All right, I'm already a little salty. And then it turns out the game isn't that great anyway. So I think if I didn't buy a PlayStation 4 for it, I would have been, fine. I was like, okay, this is just a mediocre game. But
Mhm.
the fact is that I spent $400 goddamn on this
To play a game.
to play
A
a
shitty
game.
game.
That and Drive Club, which again also got delayed. But with this now, it's like, oh, this is gonna get delayed too. Watch it get delayed and like, oh, hey, it's getting delayed to just come out and there's gonna be a PS5 version. Well, fuck, I'm gonna buy a PS5. I'll pick up Watch Dogs, and it turns out Watch Dogs Legion is shit.
Oh.
I'm
So
gonna get
Dude,
burned
that'd be
again.
so
I'm gonna
disappointing if
get
that's the
fucking
case.
Burned again. I'm gonna get burned. I know it. I still have it pre-ordered though, but I'm gonna get burned.
You're not going to be able to actually pull off Nanageddon.
No,
Dad.
that's
We also have Doom Eternal that was delayed till March 20th, 2020.
Oh yeah, so they could clean up the Switch port.
And I don't know how the fuck to say this, but Shenmue 3 till
Shenmue.
Shenmue 3 till November 19th. So that's not too far off.
It's gonna be trash anyway.
That's fair.
Shenmue's just a shitty Yakuza.
Okay. Rainbow Six Quarantine, which I'm assuming is a entire new game patch. Not patch, but like add-on.
It's,
Or is that an actual
no,
game?
it's
new,
a
new standalone.
it's a new standalone game
cool.
with a PvE mode. Basically,
Oh,
you're
tight.
quarantined in a city.
Think of it as the Division, but Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Okay, that
That's
makes
it.
sense.
That's all it is.
The other one that I've never heard of, Gods and Monsters, delayed till who knows when. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 till unknown.
Oh, Vampire the Masquerade's good.
Yeah. Spelunky 2. If anyone was excited for good old Spelunky. I played the first one for a little bit. Like a day. And then Skull and
Wait,
Bones.
but no, hold on. When is
Looks
Spelunky 2
good.
coming out?
Spelunky 2 is also unknown.
Fuck. I have Spelunky on the Vita, goddammit, and the PS3 and PS4.
Nice.
Love that game.
It's solid. It's fun. But yeah, Skull and Bones, which I've also never heard of.
It's like Sea of Thieves with graphics. TBH.
It's like Sea of Thieves with graphic. Oof.
Hey man, Sea of Thieves has a graphic.
A singular
of 'em.
graphic.
A couple of them in there.
Just maybe 3 or 4 graphics.
Yeah, just imagine like an Assassin's Creed version of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, so a few
Okay.
graphics.
Like
So
Ubisoft
16,
clean, yeah,
like
Yep.
16 graphics.
yeah. Like it looks like a pretty game. It's gonna be another 2 years, so.
Speaking of some things that were delayed and pushed back, who remembers Payday 2?
I
Yeah.
never played it, but I know it.
Played it a bunch.
I'm
Played it in
familiar with
VR.
it.
So, it released in 2013, and shortly thereafter, Starbreeze, the company, had a lot of financial problems. They actually
Fuck.
went, basically, they more or less, the company filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and Starbreeze is going into a reconstruction, and then once everything is finalized, they will resume work on Payday 2.
Ain't gonna happen.
Supposedly,
I mean, didn't they release like an update for that like
Yep.
6 months ago or something?
yeah, but they
Shocking.
couldn't. But they were supposed to keep going with it. But then, due to financial issues, they couldn't do anything more with it. But once this is finished, they will be releasing. They will basically reset the clock more or less, and start fresh by continuing releasing DLC, things along those lines for this game, as supposedly the Steam community really wants it. So
I could
Yeah, but the
understand.
Steam,
that game's still
but the-
super popular
but
for
the
being
Steam
6 years old.
community, the Steam community isn't the ones that are, paying these developers mortgages.
yeah. So we'll see if it actually happens, but the new CEO that was just appointed a couple months ago says that it will continue its work once Starbreeze is finished with its reconstruction, after it's what we're calling it, similar to a Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Debt
So
consolidation.
because it's in Norwalk, so it's a different concept than it is here. So it's what the company's
Where-
based off
what-
of.
Where is it?
Not Norwalk. Sorry.
Norway?
Yeah.
Norwich?
No, Norway, not Norwalk. I was reading the CEO's last name is that, sorry, Norway. So it's a different. It's not because USA it's Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's not the same thing in other countries, but it's
Yeah,
what it's
it's just-
similar.
Debt consolidation.
Yeah. So, but they guarantee that they will resume work on Payday 2, which is weird to me.
Hope
Why they
so.
would do that for a 6-year-old game? But Mark said that game's still super popular, so why not?
I hear about it, and like there's
It seems like
a
fun.
lot of games with like very subtle crossovers that have like things about Payday in it. Like I've seen the mask in 1 or 2 different games.
I mean, hell, H3's in it from YouTube.
Is he?
Yeah, Ethan and Gila Klein are both in it.
Nice.
It's probably like the only like well-rounded like bank robbery or robbery game.
Oh yeah,
Like there aren't too many really great games that simulate that too well.
I played the first one. It was a lot of fun. I never played.
Oh
two.
yeah, yeah. I mean, compared to the first one, but like there isn't like any other game series that does that too well. So they probably didn't want to just remake a new game that would be kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. What else you got, James?
So two of my favorite people in the world, Suda51 and Swery65, announced on an IGN Japan live stream that they're going to be making a game together. So Suda51 and Swery, they made things like Suda51 did like Killer 7 and like Killer 7, No More Heroes, that kind of stuff. While Swery made things like Deadly Premonition and what's Good Life, the stories of J.J. McAfield, or I forget what the new game he just made was. But two completely insane people working on a new game called Hotel Barcelona. They talked about it a little bit on IGN Japan live stream. Lot of really good moments from it, where one of the guys, they talked about who's going to be the art director for the game, and they were like, yeah, we haven't decided that yet. And I think it was Swery went, oh, what if we get the dude who did the art direction for Silent Hill? And then they both go, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then one of them pulls out their phone and straight up texts him during the interview. And they ask him. IGN Japan talks to the director, the art director for the Silent Hill series. They're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, I got that text. I'm so down." They even go like, they even say like, "Yeah, and we're going to pitch it to. We're gonna pitch the idea around. We really hope that Devolver Digital picks us up." And Devolver Digital's Twitter's just like, "What? What? Just hit us up right now. Do it. Hit us up. We'll give you money."
Take my money.
So that's really the old. It's one of those things. This is an article for me, but I felt like the other stuff in the article would have been. I'm sure you guys got a good laugh out of it.
That's neat for sure.
Interesting news here, really quick. The rarest Pokemon card on Earth just sold for. So we talked about this not too long ago about this one Pokemon card that was like the rarest ever or something, selling for a stupid amount of money and getting lost. That was like what I think like $90,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. So this Pokemon card, it is Pikachu Illustrator card. It was a promo given out to the winners of a comic contest that was held in Japan from 97 to 98. There were 39 of those cards awarded. Only 10 are believed to still be in existence now. A mint copy of this card just sold at auction. Please, Kotaku, fucking load. Sold for $195,000.
That's wild.
I love it.
One Pokemon card.
That's more than double what it was. The $90,000 card.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
that's
It's
a chunk of change.
$100,000 more than what it costs to make.
You could buy a house for that.
You can buy a really,
Buy a
really
bunch
nice
of
house for
houses.
that.
And it costs like
Not
2
a
cents to
really,
make.
really nice house, but
Right.
it was given away for free.
Well, like
Um,
even to make it probably costs like a penny.
Oh yeah, probably. Here's another little interesting bit of news. Here is the best-selling systems. The hardware estimate sales for the week ending in October 19th. The only reason I find this interesting is because the PlayStation Vita sold 29 units
What?
Nice.
in Japan.
There's hope yet.
So,
Still hope.
Not wrong.
there's that. Last thing is, there was some speculation a few weeks ago about Death Stranding. It was taken off. Well, it wasn't taken off, but the only on PlayStation logo was removed from the box art, the work in progress box art. So people were wondering, oh, is it going to be only on PS4? Is it coming to other systems? Death Stranding, they did announce that it is coming to PC next year.
Nice.
So Death Stranding's coming out in what, 2 fucking weeks? A week?
Yeah.
A week and a half? 2 weeks. 2 weeks I have.
Until it gets
I
delayed.
gotta beat everything now.
Until it's delayed.
It's not gonna get delayed. It's gone. It's gone gold. It's not gonna get delayed. Kojima wouldn't do that to me.
Kojima wouldn't do that to me.
So yeah, Norman Reedus and his Funky Fetus will be coming to a Steam near you. I think it's spring of next year. So a lot of
Nice.
people are butthurt about it. I don't care. More people are gonna play a Kojima game. Kojima's gonna get more money. I'm happy for him.
Oh yeah.
And that's my news.
I got one more piece unless somebody else has anything.
I don't have any news. I just have lists that I think are interesting.
All right.
I have some news.
Go ahead, Mark.
Nothing too crazy. Let me take a look. Pokemon Go recently announced a new feature that's going to be coming in early 2020 called Pokemon Go League Battle, which allows trainers that are good friends or ultra friends to battle each other no matter where they are. So if they're close to
Nice.
each other, then they're actually able to battle your friends now.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
When's the
Dude.
Pokemon Go to the polls update coming? That hurts your soul, Mark.
All right, Walker. I hope
I
you're
don't know
ready,
how to
bro.
respond to that.
Hey, you better start training your Pokemon, Walker, because
I am.
I'm gonna come at you on a digital battlefield.
Come out of nowhere, you're done.
I'll throw a Bulbasaur at the other side of a Bulbasaur.
We'll throw the
Bulbasaur.
Pikachu.
Nice.
Thank you. Like I did that. You see, I did that.
I see what
All
you
right,
did there.
Stallone.
One other big thing that happened this week, another Twitch star, Shroud, moves over to Mixer.
Sure
So-
did.
Yeah, I wonder
it's-
if that'll be enough.
And they
Probably
still
not.
can't put that money into actually making proper platform.
To expand on that from what Mark has, Shroud was, for those who don't know who he is, he essentially took over Ninja on Twitch as the most popular, most sub to streamer. Had over 7 million followers. The only one to rival him was Tifu. But Shroud had triple the amount of subs. It is rumored that they both received $50 million to switch over to Mixer. Shroud said in an interview that he would not go to Mixer for anything less than $50 million, and it has come out that that's what Ninja was given, and it is rumored that's what Shroud was given as well.
Where do
$50
they
million.
have this money?
It's
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Why
Microsoft has
fund a
unbelievable-
half-baked platform so hard though?
Because they
Because
want
they
people to
can.
come. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna pull the Epic where they're just gonna bring as much stuff over as they can before they fix shit.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's rumored that $50 million to come over, and then honestly, that's like, why not?
This is,
Um,
oh man, I would.
yeah.
I dunk on Mixer all the time, and you give me $50 million,
Fuck.
I'm going over there.
You break
Give
it
me
down.
$5,000 and I'm game.
Yeah, you break it down. Yes, off of the subs and the donations, they would make way more on Twitch. But you rival the end game. You give me $50 million fucking dollars at one given
That's-
time.
That's
I'm like, okay.
guaranteed money.
Yeah, it's
That's
guaranteed money.
money.
You have exclusives. You have other deals.
Well, and then here's the thing too, like, you know, their Twitch account's still up, so
Yeah.
I mean, after this exclusivity deal, which is disgusting to say.
Yep.
This exclusivity deal leaves. You know, if it's a huge flop, hey guys, I'm back on Mixer or
Yep.
back on Twitch.
And it's supposedly
Also-
these are only for 3 years. These are only 3-year deals, which is unreal to think about. So
The other big thing to like factor in is they're both YouTubers and they're both extremely successful YouTubers, so they have income no matter what.
Yep.
This gave them what they probably make in a couple months right in their face.
I wouldn't say a couple months, probably about a year or so.
yeah,
Well, you got to think Ninja makes about 6 million a month. So I
Yeah.
mean, okay, I guess a year.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
but yeah. So now on Twitch, which I just found this out today, XQC is now the #1 most subscribed Twitch.
Who the fuck is that?
If
No
you look him
idea.
up, he basically just watches videos from his people. XQC is his name. If you look him up, and then Asmongold is #2.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
No
they're
idea.
they're now
Asmongold.
#1 and #2 most subscribed people on Twitch. Yeah, XQC and Asmongold, ASMOND Gold. If you type in XQC and you see the guy's face, it may look familiar.
I'm gonna look it up right fucking now.
Oh, Schroeder. By the way, actually, I didn't realize who that was until about a second ago. Earlier, I had a dude in here in my chat who was
Fuck
saying
is
like
that?
guys that you people looked like because he like said that Jeremy looked like someone. He said that James looked like someone. He said that you look like someone, and apparently you look like Asmongold.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't hear you, Schroeder.
I don't know who that is.
It's a Twitch streamer, the guy they were just talking about. I don't know either, but apparently you look like
Asmongold is one of the top League of Legends and World of Warcraft players.
Oh.
In the world, and
Oh.
X.
Oh, I know Asmongold. He's funny.
Yeah. And XQC, his actual Twitch name is XQCOW. He basically is
He looks like a fuck boy.
he is one of the world's most he's from Canada. He is a professional Overwatch player. Who actually plays like on you will see like the TV show on like Nickelodeon shit, he's on there.
Damn.
Yeah, he's actually one of the most he is now the most subbed person on Twitch, and Asmongold is #2. He's from Quebec, Canada.
Quebec.
Quebec.
Good old
Quebec.
Quebec.
So,
So, Nate, I'm really curious, real quick.
What's up?
Did the guy that was in your chat that said that Schroeder looked like that one dude, Asmongold?
Yeah.
Did he say that I looked like Ouija the God?
No. He said
Aw.
you looked like a writer. Do you want to know who he said you looked like?
Who?
George R.R. Martin, apparently.
I mean, I don't think so.
I don't even know who that is.
I look the Game of Thrones, motherfucker.
I never watched Game of Thrones. I don't know.
I mean, he also said Jeremy looked like someone. Well, that's a fictional character.
I guess you could dress up as him for Halloween.
I probably could.
You got
That's
the
a young
beard for it.
version of him.
Say I look like a
Look up-
god, because that's the truth.
He said you look like Eggman. I wasn't gonna do anything, but you decided to put yourself on a pedestal, my guy.
Dr.
Hey.
Robotnik.
Hey, I'm a billionaire scientist. Why not? That works for me.
Grow your mustache out a little bit, my dude.
Yeah.
You might be able to replace Jim Carrey.
No, he has a mustache. I have a beard. I can't grow a mustache. But yeah, those
You
are
just
the.
gotta believe, bro.
I know. Tim the Tatman's like 3 or 4, and then Tfue is also on there now.
Nice.
What else you got, Mark?
Let me take a look.
While you guys are doing that, I want you to look up Ouija the God real quick and tell
Ouija
me
the
he does not
God?
look. Yeah, Weegee the God, and tell him he's not my like twin.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Looks like all right, yeah. So it looks like Apple is killing a bunch of iPhone 5s. So if you have an iPhone 5 that doesn't have iOS 3 or 10.3,
Ready for that shit to stop working.
then it's going to kill your clock time, and your App Store, iCloud, email, web, and other services aren't going to work anymore.
GPS.
I feel bad
So
if you have an iPhone
consumer
5.
side of things, sure, whatever, that's annoying. Business side of things, incredibly smart.
Yeah, it's really smart for them, but I don't know. It's
I mean, it's time to move on if you have an iPhone.
Yeah, it's like an iPhone 5 and the iPhone 4s and all that shit. Like,
Okay.
Good.
yeah, they probably won't work.
Can't
anymore.
use my original iPhone anymore. God damn it.
If you have a 1 to 3,
I
it
rigged up a
could
Palm
work
Pilot to
better.
work as a phone.
I love
An old Palm, like the actual brand Palm.
Yep.
yeah.
Run
Yep.
the Palm OS.
Oh yeah, Palm OS.
Yeah, see.
Works really well as a
you think
phone.
I'm too young for that.
Uh huh.
Remember it, motherfucker.
What
I
else
had
you got,
one.
Mark?
You and Ouija do look very similar. Jesus Christ.
Apple also announced this morning iOS 13.2, which actually allows their cameras to do portrait photography.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess they forgot that feature with machine learning on the new phone, so they put out an update to actually do that now.
That's good.
Alongside with that, they added about 70 new emojis, as well
Nice.
as the support for iPods Pro, which Apple also announced this morning.
Oh yeah. AirPods Pros are honestly incredibly sick, and I think they're gonna beat out every other pair of earbuds that get released.
Yeah, they stopped using the weird fit-in design that they've had for the last few years and actually went to like a circular stick-in bud sort of thing.
Nice.
They also have, I guess,
So it actually-
functionality.
It
Go
goes
ahead.
in your ear instead of just rests on the ear.
Pretty
Correct.
much,
It
yeah.
doesn't just sit in the cavity anymore. It actually goes. And the
So
cool
it
thing I like
seals
about
it.
that, yeah. So instead of just being like, he said, like the ones that just sit there, they sit in the cavity. And also, instead of it just being a basic like pop off the rubber tip, it's actually like almost a modular version of that. You insert it into the actual thing, and it doesn't feel like it's bulging in your ear. It actually like fits to the cavity. Fits in like not the cavity, but like the tunnel of your ear. And the only other cool thing I think about that is they have a test that will be in like the software for them and everything to see which one legitimately sounds better, like for your ear size.
Nice.
I don't know, man. Give me a pair of Sennheisers and I'm happy.
They also added the functionality for transparent hearing. So if you're in a
Yeah.
loud area and you want to hear it, you just tap it and you can hear other people
Oh.
talking.
Sony did that.
Yeah, they added a built-in EQ finally. They're calling this noise canceling because it actually seals with your ear now, and they'll ship on October 30th for $249.
It's actual active noise cancellation too. It's like just like what Sony has with like the filters
Bose
are on the side of them.
Do
like
you
Bose
have
or-
any more with Apple, Mark? Otherwise, I'll add on to it.
That's all that I have.
Friday, Apple TV Plus releases.
Yeah.
November 1st, so $5.99 a month. That is the first of many streaming services that will launch. Because 2 weeks from now is Disney Plus, and then so we basically start the climb of who will take over, and it starts with Apple on Friday.
They're all
I'm
lost. They're all lost.
I'm copping
leaders.
Apple for sure.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Obviously, Apple has everyone on the phones, and
You laughing at, Mark?
Verizon's doing a deal though where you get Disney Plus for free if you buy a new phone.
Really?
Yep.
That's really interesting
Man,
because they
that's
have
an
a
interesting
deal
deal.
with Apple already.
Yeah, I know, which is hilarious with the
Why
Apple
wouldn't-
Music.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they just go with Apple TV? Well, not Apple TV, but Apple Plus, whatever the fuck it is gonna be.
Well, I think they're doing both. You have the Apple Music. Hey, two different companies. Let's make as much money
That
as we
seems
can.
counterproductive, but like for Verizon, they're getting this, so I guess that works.
Yep. If you sign up for a new Verizon phone, you get Disney Plus for a year for free, which is kind of cool. So
The other cool thing, unless you have some more about Apple.
Nope.
In the I never remember what the actual term is, but in the for lack of a better word, like data stuffs for iOS 13.2.
Logs.
It's like it's the things that people leak. I can't remember the name. But in the stuffs fuck, the data stuffs for iOS 13.2, there was more information about the Apple's Tile competitor, which I think is going to be extremely successful if they actually release it, because there's been things in there before that they ended up not releasing. But like the way that's going to work is if you pull up your phone and you look like where's my, and then it'll just give you like the tile, like whatever Apple's going to call it, it'll actually pop up a red balloon, so you can or whatever color balloon, so you can actually see exactly where it is and not just a general vicinity of where it is. Like it's over here, but like it's over here by this right here. And the other thing is more leaks came out for the SE2, which is very, very close to happening from what it looks like, at least. So we should be expecting a legitimate budget phone for next year. Like $400, like Pixel 3 status. Pixel 3a, I should say. So I'm excited for something like that.
Yeah, that'd be good news. Yeah. If I can get rid of my S7, I'm gonna hate that phone.
Get a Pixel.
Get an
Thinking
iPhone,
about
my
it.
guy.
I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Get the
If
Note.
you
I
get
kinda
a
wanna get a
Pixel,
Note. I like the
Tom?
Note phones.
please get a Pixel.
He had the Note, the one that was exploding on people in
Plug
place.
7.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, like the new Pixel's a really good phone. I just think they missed quite a few marks with it.
The one
Okay.
thing I actually have a question about, this is going to be so stupid, but like Verizon sells the Note 5, or sorry, the newest Note version, 5G version,
Yeah.
for cheaper than they sell the regular version. Like it's like $35 a month or something, and then they sell the regular one for like 45.
I
And I'm
think
like,
it's just a strictly push. I'm imagining, at least.
Probably. Get people out there with 5G.
Isn't the
Alright.
outright price more expensive though?
Probably.
I'd assume so. I figured.
Because I
I
thought
mean,
it went the Plus and then the 5G, which is the most expensive. I gotta look that up again because I
Have you guys seen?
what's
Here's
up?
an interesting little tidbit in science. I think this just recently happened. I could be wrong. But Elon Musk and the satellite network he's building.
discover cat girls yet?
Mark, I can't hear you, buddy.
Starnet or whatever.
Yeah, the Starnet network.
Yeah.
How about that?
Sounds a lot like Skynet.
I watched
Well-
the launch of that.
Yeah, super neat. So apparently what were they gonna? What did they launch? Like
They
28,000 of them or something?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They just got an order for like 130,000 more.
Sheesh.
Jesus.
And the
That's
biggest concern they have is spatial pollution. You know what I mean? Like too many of them. Hell, people were from the astronomy organizations were making kind of a stink about it when it was only 28,000 or how many ever it was. But apparently they're building a network of satellites that will, in a nutshell, if it goes the way they hope it does, replaces the internet.
Yeah, give internet to countries that can't get it.
Technically everywhere. Anywhere
Yeah.
that has one of these uplinks you'll have the whole world will have the internet. You want to talk about Elon doing big things? Can you imagine?
That'd be
Is
wild.
it gonna be free internet?
Oh, who knows? Probably not. Well, it's Elon, so maybe
It's
someday he'll
realistic?
find other
Maybe.
ways. He'll find other ways to make money off of it. Honestly, the most expensive independently ran LAN fiber optic cable is actually ran from like Jersey to somewhere in London, and it was, somebody Google it real quick. It was like a lot of money, and it was literally just to shave off like 0.25 seconds of speed between finding information between various financial institutions.
Wow.
Because think about it, man. If you have that 0.2 millisecond, 0.22 whatever millisecond, whatever the damn thing is, if you have that slight advantage over making those calls when there's billions of dollars involved, it's crazy. And this is supposed to drop it down even further once they get it to where they want it to be.
Wow.
Yeah, this is supposed to drop it down to like, oh god, some ridiculous amount.
That's
Well, we'll
45,
see.
45 miles, and it's supposed to reach 1,850 homes.
Well, the longest unregenerated terrestrial fiber optic link is 10,358 kilometers, which is equivalent to 6,436.26 miles, which was achieved by Telestra Corporation Australia with their link between Perth and Melbourne, Australia on 13th of February 2015.
Well, the other thing too is like the idea of fiber optic being the fastest relay method too.
Yeah.
Nope. You'd think it's as fast as the speed of light. It's really not. When it hits that fiber optic cable, it's about half the speed of light as it goes through that cable. This network he's building in outer space is supposed to be like laser beams hitting each other, you know, so it's supposed to be fast. You know, I mean, that's also going to increase the speed. So
That's crazy.
science is happening.
It doesn't
Can't wait
say.
to
That's
go to
just so funny.
Mars.
It's 62 milliseconds off the present latency between London and Tokyo. That was milliseconds, man. I guess they add up after a long period of time, but it's just
Yeah.
funny.
But you're making calls faster than the other guy, and that's what it comes down to there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I
So it's
mean?
important.
So people are willing to pay big bucks for it.
Hype.
It's like
It
people
took-
that mid-map their characters, you know?
You said it took off what, 62 milliseconds?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
what the article said.
realistic. With like a perfect connection and that, you're looking at pretty much quicker than even loading another screen. Like if you're just trying to like go into like open Google or some shit,
Yeah.
that's like almost absolutely instantaneous.
I know. I know.
It's just time here.
The shitty thing about fiber, though, it's so fucking wishy-washy. Like I'm doing a speed test right now on my fiber internet. My ping is 1,
Nice.
which
Solid.
is really good. Obviously, you ultimately want 0, but still 1 ping is good.
We'll take
I'm
one.
happy with my 30.
Like right now, I am maxing out at 570 megabytes download, and I am maxing out at 650 upload. Bastards. It's supposed to be 1,000 and 1,000. Too slow.
You'll never get it.
No, I know. They
So
even said
funny.
like you'll never get that. You'll never get the 1,000 and 1,000. I think the best I've gotten was 800 download and like I think it was like 750 upload.
Nice.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, it's
What you're getting is pretty much perfect because it usually says half your speed.
yeah. Well, I usually always get half. I never like it just depending on the time of the day. If I'm in the middle of
Yeah.
the night here and
Congestion shit.
no one's streaming or anything along those lines, then I'll get like fucking stupid crazy. Like the day I was watching the Black Hole, Fortnite Black Hole. It was like 2:30 my time, and everyone else was sleeping. I did a random speed test, and that's when I got like the max, almost not max, but I got the highest I've gotten. So one day.
Yeah.
What else?
That
you
was
got?
my little tiny bit of news and science. I
yeah.
just thought that was super interesting.
So, Nate, you said that you had a list.
I do. I have two actually.
You have a lisp.
I have lists. So if I can get my mouse over my other screen, that'd be
Oh, bless
lovely.
your list.
All right. So I have my first list is a long one. It's the top 31 horror games of all time. Countdown to Halloween. It is from good old Game Rant that I've seen like one of the lists from. And I'll go through these pretty quickly. I'm not gonna like read them. We can like chat.
I could
But-
probably explain every single one of them.
All right, if you can like do like a quick explanation on each of them, absolutely. The first one, it's a VR one. It's The Exorcist Legion VR.
Basically, it's The Exorcist, but in VR. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
that's all that it is. No, like legit. It's The Exorcist movies, but in VR.
Like you're experiencing it. That's pretty interesting though. Like that seems kind of cool.
You're like the Jesus guy, the priest. There you go. That's
Okay, the Jesus guy. All right, the 30 is one that's regarded as a children's game, but I mind you is still fucking horrifying if you play in the middle of the night in complete darkness, which is 5 Nights at Freddy. I don't care what anybody says. That game freaks me out when it's super quiet and
FNAF.
dark.
Yeah, those games are weird. I don't fucking know why. Like they're made for kids. That Granny, Slenderman. It's like
Mhm.
what the fuck.
Well, Slender Man originated from a creepypasta that was never meant for children.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but you see a lot of these
Yeah.
streamers who like are veered towards kids. That those are the games they play.
And everyone knows what 5 Nights at Freddy is, and don't just type it in. You'll find it like less than instant.
That'd be strange. I don't know if
One I've
ever
never
crossed
heard
paths.
of that looks semi-anime-ish. So James might know it. Haunting Ground.
not familiar.
Spiritual Success to Clock Tower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know what that is then. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically the clock tower 4 that we've always wanted. Running through a
Okay.
mansion, spooky guy wants to kill you. Bing bang boom. You can't
The end of it is which is fascinating as sexual themes are rarely explored by horror video games. The Suffering, which I've never
Rockstar Games made it back years ago. Was it Rockstar? I forget who it was, but like PS2 era. You are a convict in a prison that gets overrun by like these monsters, and you have to escape.
Okay.
I think it is by Rockstar.
The Suffering. It doesn't actually say. It's taking inspiration from Dining. 27, which is Siren, which looks awful. It's
No,
Mick-
Siren's great.
it's kind of like The Ring and The Grudge,
Siren's good.
Japanese style horror game.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Think of the
And,
ring.
okay. Well, 26, Clock Tower.
Clock Tower's great. Spooky man with giant scissors, scissorman coming at you.
Yeah, that's the excerpt. Is just the scissors at like a girl hiding behind a obelisk or some shit.
Nice.
One of my favorite games of all time, and one of the very few games to legitimately get banned in countries like permanently. Can anyone guess?
Manhunt.
Alice.
Yeah, I was
Yup.
gonna say
Good old
Manhunt.
Manhunt.
Yeah.
One of the very few like AO games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was the
Uh,
first rated M game.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Huh?
No?
No.
I heard. I thought it was.
No. It was the
It
first
was
AO
for
game.
AO, yeah, adults only.
Oh, AO. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that
then
game was
another
vicious as fuck, dude.
that game, yeah. No,
It
I
really was
accidentally
vicious.
I accidentally got a hold of that game at 12 years old.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw it and I was like, "What is this?" And my cousin wasn't home. Was like 20, like no, he was like 19 at the time. And I'm like, so I see his PlayStation. And I'm saying, I put it in, and I'm just going to town, slicing people apart. I'm like, what am I playing?
You guys recall a game called Soldier of Fortune?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was another one that
I
was
played
like
Gold on
viciously
Dreamcast.
gory. God, I played on the computer. I don't know how bad it was on Dreamcast, but on the computer, dude.
Same. The exact same.
Oh,
Exact
you shoot somebody
same.
in the stomach
Yeah.
and their just shit starts falling out all over the place. Like
Blow off
Nice.
vicious, dude.
It was the first game to have like you could like blow off limbs. Like there was I think
Okay.
it was like 32 points of like
Exploding
impact.
body
Yeah.
part. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, Manhunt actually was involved in a murder case.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah, they had that here.
they said
Okay.
implications that were used in the game were used in an actual murder.
What?
It was rejected by the court, luckily. But yeah, they said that what was implemented in the game was used in an actual murder, and that's where he got
Yep.
The idea from?
the idea from was the game, and that's how he executed the murder was based exactly off the game.
That's nuts. That would be a that's
Putting
in
a,
somebody's head somewhere in real life.
putting a plastic bag over their head and then strangling them. Was
Yeah, the game
Oh.
was specifically
bad.
designed to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's one of them. Like that was one part of it, but there was
Mhm.
Yeah,
other
good job on that.
there was other gruesome parts that they said they were implicated in a murder. But yeah,
Jack Thompson was one of the guys who was claiming that Manhunt was the
Okay.
reason.
Yep. But then the court ended up throwing it out, which is so they didn't. And because of that, they made a number
Oh.
2. They made a Manhunt 2.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And then 24, Outlast.
Okay.
All right, you're a reporter at an insane asylum. A lot of spooky shit happens. It's one of those horror games where you just hide the entire fucking time. I'm not.
Yeah.
Those ones are so annoying. I'm not a big fan of those.
No, it's just jump scares and don't be loud.
I
Yep.
know.
Or
23, good old Fear,
Sure.
which was a solid game.
Yeah. First encounter saw recon. First person shooter. You remember the first encounter saw recon. Spooky shit happens. Next.
was it Fear 1, 2, or 3?
Fear 1.
Was there
Oh,
any
okay.
other one?
So similar to Fear, but
Pretty sure there was.
one of the games I actually enjoy.
Yeah,
Soma.
there was multiple Fear
Soma's
movies.
cool.
Some was made by the guys that made
Amnesia.
Amnesia. Yeah. More
Just-
psychological.
Yep.
Less
Psychological. It's
Yep,
a
yep.
really good game, and it was free for quite a while on PlayStation.
Mhm.
21, the game I consistently say is one of my favorites, Alan Wake.
Yeah.
You're a reporter in
Heard a lot of good things
Massachusetts
about that.
because this is a Stephen King novel.
Honestly,
Or-
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it this one essentially you have to use like your light to like take away the demons and shoot them? Like, aren't you like in a cabin?
Kind of, yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
thought.
It's actually like spiritually Control, another game, and Alan's Wake are all very like somehow intertwined.
Control,
Quantum Break, is that what it is?
Quantum Break. Yep, Quantum Break.
Okay.
Yeah, because in this game, if I recall it, like you basically go to this town on a boat, because you're writing a book, aren't you? And the book comes true or
Yes.
something like that.
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
I don't know why this is on here. James, you can probably give it some reasoning, but Dino Crisis?
No.
It says Resident Evil may be Capcom's
It's-
most well-known
yeah,
survival horror.
It's not a survival horror. It's more of an action game. It kind of threw away the survival horror. It has tank controls and I guess
Okay.
some survival aspects, but it's not a survival.
Isn't this a fucking arcade game that you play like in Dave and Buster's and
so.
shit?
Nope. It's a it's Resident Evil but with dinosaurs.
Okay.
Continue on.
Well, there's
Condemned
some
Criminal
game like this.
Oh, Condemned Criminal Origins is not
Yeah.
getting enough love. It was made by Sega back in 2005 or 6 for the Xbox 360. You play as a detective who's hunting down a serial killer, but you get framed for the murder. One of the main
Yeah.
things and the main appeals of the game is that you can actually like pull shit like pipes off of the wall and use that as a weapon. And like
Active
2x4s
world,
and
that's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. There has not been a game since that has such unique weight to each weapon.
Like,
There
oh, like
w-
that's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
There was a bug in it where there's like actually an achievement where you have to finish the game without shooting the gun once. Guns are few and far between. But one of the achievements for it was bugged. That achievement was bugged because if you at any point at all shot your gun, you're fucked. You would have to. It would negate it for any subsequent playthrough. You would have to make a new profile
That's
Damn.
crazy.
to get that achievement.
That's hardcore punishment there. 18 is the 7th guest. I've never even slightly heard of this.
Seventh Guest was made by I think the team that made Resident Evil back in the day. No. Seventh Guest. Fuck. Seventh Guest was a survival horror game. I think before Alone in the Dark.
This game came out in 1993.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the Super Nintendo, well, Super Famicom. Yeah, it was by the team that made the Resident Evil games.
The
It was
20th
based
Okay.
off of a movie.
25th
made
anniversary
the
just
game.
came out a couple months ago.
Mhm.
And then I believe Jeremy's a fan of this one. I don't.
Interactive
That
puzzle
game.
adventure is what seventh guest is.
But Alien Isolation.
No, that's Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
He's
I
played
just,
that.
Yeah, I'm
I
not a big
personally
fan
don't know a
of
ton
that one.
about it. No, I thought one of y'all was a fan of it.
Jeff's
Alien
played it.
Isolation
He
is good.
he streamed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
It's
still have to
it's a
finish
good
it.
game. It's a good game.
It's scary. It's one of the games you just crawl around hiding the whole
Yeah,
time from
But
jump
Okay.
scares.
Yeah.
You can
You're
interact
running
a
away
bit.
from the alien the entire time.
So apparently the game before BioShock, you got System Shock.
Yep, System Shock is a really good game.
This one
Yeah,
specifically 2.
Futuristic. System Shock 2 is one of the best games ever made. No cap.
Okay, bold claims.
No fucking cap.
No cat.
Futuristic. Think of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Doom, maybe.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorite horror games is number 15, Until Dawn.
Until Dawn is fantastic. Best B movie ever.
Beautiful interactive movie kind of thing.
I wish Man and Medan was as good.
This one looks like James might know it. It's anime-esque. Fatal Frame, Crimson Butterfly.
Oh yeah, Fatal Frame's great. All the Fatal Frame games are really good. So basically, it takes place in Japan, and it uses the whole legend of that you can capture ghosts using a spiritual camera. So that's all
Okay.
it is. It's like you have to go around.
Oh, I
and
played this.
The only way that you can see the enemies is when you pull up your camera.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Pokemon Snap, but for
Yeah,
ghosts.
yeah. It's
That's-
Pokemon Snap, but a horror game.
Yeah, pretty. I
That's
played this
crazy.
game before. You hear noises and shit, and you walk around, and you turn around.
Hmm.
You gotta take pictures of the ghosts before they attack you, and you take pictures of it. You hurt it. Basically, you're
That's
capturing its soul by taking a picture of it. I played this before.
That's exciting.
This next guy is one of the very first horror games ever made from Capcom, released in 1989. Can you name it, James?
Nope.
Silent Hill.
Sweet Home.
Oh yes, Sweet Home. Yeah, that was the straight up precursor to Resident Evil. It was on the Famicom. You play as 4 characters going through a mansion. It's very Resident Evil like, zombies and stuff.
Why do these
Yeah.
graphics look phenomenal?
What? Is that lies for Sweet Home?
Oh, it's Home Sweet Home is what comes up when I type in Sweet Home. I was like, these
Ah.
graphics look amazing for a fucking 1980 game. Like, they look literally like it just came out. And come to find out that it did just come out. It's a VR game called Home Sweet Home. Never mind.
Oh shit. Okay.
Maybe it's
So-
a remake of the original from back when.
12 is okay, so it's effectively considered the demo for the canceled Silent
PT.
Hill games. Yep.
PT
What's it
run
called?
around as
PT.
playable teaser from a fake company called 2044 Studios.
I remember
It
this.
Sounds like a
was-
It was
vendetta.
creepy.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just a damn shame you can't play it anymore. I still have it on my PlayStation 4. It was the best game of 2014.
Yeah, it actually specifically says PT was once available for PS4.
Yeah, until Capcom got rid of it.
Yeah.
Took it down after they had the fallout with Kojima.
None
That was
of
a game
your-
that was going to be that was made by Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, starring Norman Reedus, prior to his funky fetus.
And I don't know if you guys are doing it, but I am. I have Chrome up on
Pretty
my
fun.
stream so people can see it, and I'm just typing in the game so they see what we're talking about if anyone's watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, James, one of your absolute favorite games of all time, I do believe, is number 11.
Silent
Resident
Hill.
Evil 4.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games ever made. It's definitely one of the top 3 Resident Evil games ever made. Perfect. It's a perfect game. Like
I went to type in Resident Evil, and Resident Evil, the top searches, 8 and 9 comes up, which is hilarious. Lies.
Oh. Well, so I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't fully look at this list because I also wanted to be surprised, and I got japed. They said check back tomorrow for the next games on Game Rant's list of top
no.
31.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm so mad.
Oh. Fuck, I guess we're gonna have to do a
So
special
what's-
tomorrow where it's just finishing it off.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what did you leave up? Top 10?
Yeah, we're hitting the top 10, and
I-
that's where they
I
cut me
know-
off.
I know Resident Evil 2 is gonna be on there. Silent Hill 2 is gonna be on there. I would say, I bet you $20 they're gonna put goddamn Amnesia on there and Slenderman.
Probably.
Well, I
Nice.
found one that was the top 20 best horror games of all times by Games Radar, but that's up to you if you want to continue with that.
Completely up to you, my dude.
You want to just do 10? Go from
Yeah,
10
do
on.
the 10. Yeah,
Well, I
10
wasn't going to do
Yeah.
top 20, I was just going to do 10.
Yeah, this is just the continuation of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about the actual list after
Yeah.
next week.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds here. Do you have a list, James?
I already did mine.
I have a quick top 10 list that I kind of wanted. I was gonna try to insert earlier when you were talking about comic shit,
Yeah.
but I didn't find a good time. Top 10 scariest DC comics all in time for Halloween. Because I'm a big fucking DC nerd. The top 10 is American Vampire. Essentially, it's a part of the DC Black Label, which is the adults, just like how Marvel had Marvel Max, which was specifically for adults. It's, as it sounds, about a vampire. Doesn't say a lot. I don't remember this comic too much, so we're gonna skip that one. We're gonna continue. I don't know what Animal Man is, but apparently it's about a
Oh, man, that's an
character.
animal.
Yeah, his power comes from the red. It's a life force power to take on the abilities of any animal. I don't understand how that's scary though. This one's actually concerning because this is all about like Joker. Arkham Asylum, a serious house on
I hear that's
creepy.
really good.
Yeah, it's honestly super solid. Creepy, surreal, and creative, Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth is the groundbreaking novel by Grant Morrison. And if anyone is a fan of comics, specifically look for Grant Morrison's runs because they are phenomenal. The artwork and the arcs are great. But basically, the inmates of Arkham Asylum take over the prison. Batman must endure a demented and horrifying journey facing off against his gallery of rogues in their versions of hell. The book can get a little difficult to read. Okay, so yeah. But he basically goes through Arkham and is just completely surrounded in their universes as he goes through. Like what their worst possible like living situation, universe kind of thing is. The next one is actually what started New 52, depending on what you're looking at, which is Blackest Night, if anyone knows what that is. Blackest Night is essentially the Black Lantern Corps and their leader, Black Hand, basically turns everyone to zombies except a few, like Batman, Superman. Most of them, besides I want to say this is the one that's on the screen, which is Hal Jordan, I think. Yeah, Hal Jordan, basically Black Lantern filled, Green Lanterns, heroes, villains, and this pretty much reset the universe at one point. And then they also have their equivalent to Marvel Zombies, which is Deceased, essentially Marvel's Zombies, but DC. That's not very much more. Then there's this whole Constantine one, which I actually do know Hellblazer. Essentially, if anyone knows who Constantine is, he's a warlock, he's an alcoholic, he's a chain smoker, super dope. And the movie Constantine that had Keanu Reeves was actually connected to the DC universe, but not like what we know now, but it was a adaptation of the DC character. But Hellblazer apparently had to do with dark magic, demons. I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. So basically, a demon kept showing him what his life was going to be like, and he found out he had lung cancer because he was a chain smoker, and he kept dangling the cure in front of him. It was more of a psychological, like, sketchy thing. Justice League Dark, all of like the villains that are like pretty much villains, but also have like some like good reasons for being villains, are like a Justice League, and they kind of just fuck shit up. And the last one I've never heard in my life, so I'm gonna skip that, but it's called the Sandman Universe, and it's mostly about like the Sandman, like the one who makes you go to sleep, but in the like the darkest, most twisted way you can think of.
Nice.
like
So
a
none
Freddy
of these lists that I found
Yeah.
are the same. A lot of them repeat, and each one's different. So I found one of the top 50 greatest scary horror games of all time. I'll start with number 15 because there's some on your list that you didn't have, but there's
Okay.
some that is. Number 15, System Shock 2. Number
Yep.
14, Dead Space.
Dead Space is great.
That's what I was thinking.
Number 13, Stalker.
Stalker takes place in the Chernobyl.
Number 12, Bioshock.
Bioshock's good.
Number 11, Dying Light.
Dying Light's pretty great.
Number 10, Alien Isolation. Number 9, Soma. Number 8, which it's not a scary game, but I guess it was just fun. Left 4 Dead 2.
Zombies.
Yeah.
It's
Number
equal scary.
7, Resident Evil 7.
All right.
You got
Okay.
that was a pretty scary
It-
game. You put that
it-
shit on VR. Yeah, that's
It doesn't be. It shouldn't be that high, but I'll give it.
number
Top
6.
15, yes.
Internal Darkness.
Oh, Sanity's Requiem. That game was great on the PlayStation, made by Silicon Knights, or not PlayStation, GameCube, made by Silicon Knights. That was one that kind of had a fear meter that would fuck you up in a way of, hey, my TV just turned off,
Yep.
quote unquote, or hey, you deleted my save, that kind of stuff. It was a cult classic, really good game. Walmart had it for like $60 for like 10 or 15 years, something stupid like that. After the 360 was out, the Walmart near my house had it still
Nice.
for like $60.
Number 5, Resident Evil 2, the remake, 2019 version.
RE2 remake's fantastic.
Number 4, The Last of Us.
Last of Us, okay, yeah, I could see that.
Number 3, Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2 is one of the best video games ever made. Is the best horror game ever made, in my opinion.
Number 2, Insomnia, The Dark Descent.
Amnesia?
Amnesia, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Amnesia.
Oh, fuck off.
So,
You don't sound thrilled there, bud.
you don't like it?
No! Not over Silent Hill 2. Fuck that. Silent Hill 2's number 1.
And number 1 is Silent Hill, number 1 is Resident Evil 1, the remake. The GameCube remake, to be specific.
Put Silent Hill 2 up at number 1, and then move Resident Evil remake for GameCube right below it.
Why the GameCube remake? Why
Because it was
specifically
the-
that one?
Because everything that they changed in it, they added a lot of new stuff. They completely rechanged the game a lot. That's where the heads get introduced into it. The zombies that will not stay down. A lot more tension in it. Beautiful graphics, especially for the time. Tank controls, but not tank controls. It was before RE2 remake came out. I think it was the best remake
I think
of
it's
any
funny
game ever.
that they put a picture of the RE1 remake for PS4 as the image of the Resident Evil GameCube remake.
Well, because all the subsequent remakes for like Steam, PS3, 360, well not 360, but PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Switch,
Yeah.
Steam again, are all based off of the GameCube remaster.
Yeah.
Wii.
That I would say Resident Evil and Silent Hill 2 are probably the games that creep me out the absolute most out of any game I've played, in terms of like also the fact being way younger too, but just like the scary fact of like, oh my god, something's happening, like just running
Right.
away with being scared out of my mind with Resident Evil the original.
Resident Evil is always the kind of game where it's like, oh, this is cheesy, like B movie horror, where it's a lot of
Fucking
like
Alien
bleh
versus
and that
Predator.
kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But then Silent Hill was always like the, oh shit, this is actually fucking terrifying.
Yeah, Alien versus Predator is what used to get me as a kid.
Yeah,
I had an uncle or a cousin. I don't know who the hell had it, but they had it for the Jaguar.
Oh my god.
Game
The
I used to, and he
Jaguar.
would play it, and his room was in the basement, the scary ass fucking basement. And I'd be like, "Oh, hang out with Uncle or whoever the fuck this guy is, and watch him play this game."
Turns out he's not even an uncle.
Scared the
Oh,
shit out of me.
man.
I hated that game.
The
Oh,
one game that I'm genuinely surprised wasn't on either we talk about, and I just found it as number 3 on the gamers list, which is The Evil Within.
The Evil
that
Within's
was on
trash.
the one I was looking at, but it
What
was
was
the
it?
top 50. That was up. That was like number like 18.
Okay.
Evil Within 2's much better.
Yeah,
And
that
then
was
number
like
2
18.
and 1 for this list is Dead by Daylight, then Last of Us. I don't really think Last of Us is like a horror game.
Yeah, it's more like a
I don't
horror
think it
drama.
counts.
Yeah, it's more of a character action game, if anything.
Just because zombies are in it, apparently we're considering things horror.
Well, Left 4 Dead was on that one.
Was it?
Walker's, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
also
those-
based on popularity too. So, Left 4 Dead, The Last of Us was crazy popular, and people were pissed that number 2 is delayed.
No, I haven't heard a single person say bad things about that.
Well, they're not like I have a friend on Facebook who's very vocal. He was, and the funny thing is too. So he posted about The Last of Us 2 being delayed. He was like, "Ah, it's fine." He's like, "I got Watch Dogs Watchdog Legions." Yeah, he's like, "I got Watchdog Legions and like 3 other games." So I commented as like, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not about Watch Dogs, but it got delayed as well. And I posted the link, and he was like, "No, I just found this out now." So then he follows it up that these fucking companies, if they're gonna say they're gonna release the game, I was like, "Oops, I shouldn't have said anything."
I mean, like-
To quote Shigeru Miyamoto, a delayed game, a good game can be delayed, and a bad game can be delayed and be good later on, but a bad game is bad forever.
True.
So we'll see what happens.
That's pretty much what I was gonna say. Is I'd rather have them game finished and then release a good product instead of getting
What was that noise for?
I'm looking
There you
at the releases, and I forgot the one game comes out. If you want to talk about some releases, James.
Oh shit, I forgot about releases. To be 100%
Releases.
honest. Let me load up releases.com.
Releases.com.
Releases.com. What are some of your guys' favorite horror games as I load up releases.com? Mine's Silent Hill 2.
Yeah. You know the fog was added into the game because of render distance issues.
Which game?
Graphical limitations. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Silent Hill games.
Oh
And
yeah.
then they got rid of it in the HD remakes, and
And everybody was like, "This
pissed
shit is garbage. This isn't even
because-
scary anymore."
Well, not just that,
Ugh.
but like,
They made
hey,
that
those
noise.
trees over there are just floating in the air because they didn't fucking program it. Just damn shame we're not gonna get a remake because they lost source code for all those games. What is the week of?
Sure, they can
29th.
remake it though, right? What do you mean? They can still remake it.
they still can. They would have to remake it from the ground up. Like,
It's fine. We shot a goddamn car into outer space. We can make a fucking video game.
All right. So on the
Tomorrow.
today, 29th?
Tomorrow.
Well, today for
All
you
right.
guys.
Well,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5 and 6 come out on the Switch. Yay. Vampire comes out on the Switch today. Xenocrisis comes out on the Xbox One tomorrow on the 30th. Luigi's Mansion 3, which I'm hyped for, comes out on the 31st. What the fuck were you
That's
talking about tomorrow?
You literally missed like the best game that's coming out tomorrow.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Aladdin and the
Oh.
Lion King from.
That's today.
Well, it's tomorrow for me.
Oh, that's
Well-
right. You live in a
well,
different time
I-
zone.
4 out of the 5 people here live in the same goddamn time zone.
Whatever. They classic
Okay,
Aladdin
Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD comes out today,
Yep.
and Harvest Moon Mad Dash comes out today. Cool.
Yeah, fucking hyped about that Aladdin and Lion King game. That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
Because
you got class.
James is gonna get Resident
Ju-
Evil 6 for his Switch.
Fuck off and die already.
But you love Resident Evil 6.
Go fucking jump in a ditch and never come out.
Oh my gosh.
Probably the best one ever made, honestly. Definitely beats 4.
I know you're just japing me and egging me on, but
You're doing a good
I'm
job.
a little
it sounds
upset.
like.
Little upset.
I'm stressed.
Spherical.
It's
The Park.
All right.
it's spherical.
Creepy.
Luigi's Mansion comes out on the 31st.
Yeah, I do. Luigi's Mansion 3, Guigi.
You-
Planet 2 is finally releasing on November 5th.
It's crazy.
Oh no, that's gonna be. We'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of Ryan's toy review on YouTube?
Yes, it's got a fucking game
Got
coming
a
out.
game coming out next
I
week.
purposefully passed over that.
Race with Ryan. What?
Can we not do that?
This kid is a 7-year-old kid. He was worth
Yeah.
$10 million.
No,
No, his parents are
parents.
worth $10 million.
Well,
He
his
legally
parents
can't touch that
through-
until he's 18.
Yeah, but his parents, because of him, are that, which is unreal.
He literally sat down and talked about toys.
Well, no,
I
his
fucking hate it.
his family started filming because his family's in Korea. They started filming him because they wanted his family to see him play, and they forgot to make the videos private, so they were uploaded
Forgot.
publicly, and basically just took off.
Hmm.
Unreal.
All right, guys, what's coming up? What's coming out? Let's get this over with quick.
I hate life.
I do too.
7-year-old
Resident Evil 6
kid.
exists. I hate it. I hate life.
The lady and the giraffe, as some people say.
Didn't look like there's a whole lot of extra coming out.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, there's
Cool
some
stuff's
stuff,
coming
nothing
out
too
2 weeks
crazy.
from now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
What about for you
nothing.
guys?
nothing too
what's
big.
Coming up for you? What's coming up for you guys?
For myself, Call of Duty, Sea of Thieves, Apex Legends, whatever I decide to play, really.
There you go.
With whoever wants to play.
Right.
Captain Geach 15. Find me on every place you can think of, including Pornhub.
Seriously, make a
You
Pornhub?
still post
Start
there?
uploading videos
did.
up there, my guy.
Hey man,
That's
you
what
gotta,
people go there.
I gotta make
I've
money
been
somehow.
I've been seriously contemplating making a Pornhub account so I could play some terrible Japanese porn games.
Hey.
Like legit.
You'll get views. I guarantee you'll get
gotcha.
views
I'll
off of
probably
it.
get more views on there than I would on like Twitch or YouTube.
We'll be trick or treating with my kids on Thursday, so that'll be.
You
got
gonna
that
you
going
gonna
for me.
IRL stream?
I should. Did you guys see that picture
Go
I sent you
Pokemon hunting while you're at it.
of all the
Yeah.
candy we got?
Yeah, that shit was
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, and that doesn't even fucking include Halloween. So I'll be emailing you guys candy. Yeah, I said email.
Emailing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Don't
Lovely.
forget to put it on your email, your e-message on your e-greeting card.
I'm gonna Venmo you guys some candy. So but no, that's all I got. I got nothing special. Hopefully one day. Well, next week, hopefully gaming will be easier for us and streaming and everything because we'll be 2 hours behind. Celebration.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true. This is
So
true.
we gotta capitalize on that 2 hour difference instead of 3 because
Mhm.
honestly I think it'll do a lot
Yeah.
But that's all I got. Jameson, you go.
All right, you can whenever decide to upload the fucking videos and get off my ass and actually edit. You can watch Final Fantasy VII Let's Play, Yakuza 0 Let's Play, and Man of Medan Let's Play on YouTube.com/People8Studios. You can also watch me stream Man, I Really Want to Suck Claude's Dick on Twitch.tv/People8Studios. Playing more whatchamacallit, Fire Emblem Three Houses until a Pokemon comes out. And then you can tweet at me at People810. Tweet me your spiciest memes.
I like it.
I'm also not gonna be playing anything else but Fire Emblem. Maybe Call of Duty. Who knows?
Dating
Call
sim.
of Booty. Supposedly Miller downloaded it and Nate Suscheck has it as well. So
He downloaded it too.
Hopefully we can get a big group of people to play some COD.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Have an entire team filled.
Yeah, I know. What about you, Nate?
Nothing particularly special. I am
Oh,
holding off on my streaming. Wait, did you have something?
well, something that us two are gonna be doing this week.
Oh, yes. Well, I'll let James talk about that because he's the orchestrator. But I'm waiting till I get my overlays from my team lead till I start streaming again because I kind of want to revamp everything anyhow. But once I get Modern Warfare for my PC, I'll be streaming because that's cheaper than getting an Elgato at the moment. Gotta prioritize.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Not really. It's the same price. A $60
fuck
game and a
do you
$60
mean?
Elgato. What do you mean? They're the same price.
Okay, first of all, if I wanted to get a normal Elgato, that's $159. If I want to get one that goes in my computer, that's $179.
Not with your discount.
Where do you find? That's also untrue, and we will talk about that after the stream. Because
Maybe I got mine at a
legality.
good deal. I'm pretty sure I got mine for like $100. I don't know.
once again, for legality.
Yours isn't in the computer though, Walker.
What'd you say?
Yours isn't in the computer. Yours is an external one like mine.
Oh, you said you wanted an internal one. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I want to get the one that I plug into the motherboard.
Oh,
But,
okay, I didn't hear that one. Got it.
Other than that, you can find me everywhere at YF Kitsune. That's pretty much all for me. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm gonna be ordering more stuff for my cosplay that I got.
What about you, Marker?
Nothing too crazy. Just gonna be playing the Outer Worlds. I always talk about getting into streaming again, but we'll see how that goes.
Do it.
Yeah. Well, one day or another, I'll get my shit together and actually, do it. But we'll
Mark, I
see.
can find you a bunch of zesty games on itch.io to play.
Oh yeah, you said you were. Didn't you say you were working on a list?
Oh yeah, no, I have them. I just need to compress them and give them to you guys.
Nice.
We gotta play that that one
Maybe-
that sim that we all watched that one day, where the guy's in the office trying to sleep with his secretary or whatever. Remember we-
Maybe on
yeah.
What do you guys think about maybe doing that on the 31st? Like we all play his list of horror games
Sure.
simultaneously.
That's
I'll
Thursday.
watch
Aren't
you
you gonna
guys.
play Overwatch?
Yeah, maybe after that though.
Okay.
That's a bit
That's
late.
definitely doable. I still insist
It'd be
we
like
should all
around
play
midnight.
Jackbox
Midnight
one
to
of these
like
days.
1 or 2.
We do. What the fuck game was the one where you try to sleep with your secretary?
Yeah, I don't fucking know what that was talking about.
have
The
no
one
idea
with the
what you're talking
videos. I forget what it's called.
The one with the video.
You
Yeah,
basically
like it.
Oh,
It's an
the one we
interactive
watched that one
story.
night?
yeah, me, Mark, and Schroeder watched it the one night. It's literally a live sim, like with actual people.
I don't think the game. I mean,
Well, no, it's
forget
not
what it's
live
called.
people,
It's on
but it's
Steam.
yeah, it's not with
FMV.
it's not live, but it's with humans, and you pick what the guy says, and then that changes the
Oh,
game.
No.
Yeah, it's an awful game. They
Oh,
just
it's
made a
stupid.
second one.
Yeah,
It
I
is?
know
a live
exactly
adaptation.
What you're talking about. I know exactly what fucking game you're talking
It was
about.
absolutely-
Super Seducer.
For sure,
Yeah.
No.
It was hilarious. It was so stupid. It was
Jeff.
funny.
Jeff, just in the background, of course you would know.
No, it was so. It
Fucking
was.
Super Seducer.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was because it
Super, is
was.
that the name of it? Super Seducer?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. Because it was so stupid. It was
Lame ass
hilarious.
name.
Yeah, we watched Super Seducer 2. Oh, they announced a third one.
Oh my
God.
god.
Yes, we all gotta play that.
Game of the Year edition.
No.
Yes, we'll save that for another night.
Yeah, we will.
It's on Steam, so I can't play it. I don't play Steam.
Oh, forgot.
What
You're
about
allergic.
you, Strodes? What are you playing? What do you got?
Yeah, we
going
got
on?
the Thursday night throwdown Overwatch. I hope everybody joins this week.
This
In
Thursday,
your
I should be
direction
available.
at all of you guys, and our audience. You can find the link through our different social medias. Splash Screen G at Instagram, Splash Screen Gaming, Team Splash Screen at Facebook, and yeah, I guess that's about it for now.
Good shit. And so, what do you?
And
What
then-
James? What do you?
Oh,
What
maybe
what
some CP.
what do you two got
Appreciate it,
planned?
Toucan.
So the Anime Corner is returning as its own podcast.
Nice.
Nice.
Where me and Nate James talk about a specific anime every once in a while. What day were we going to do it?
Were you thinking Wednesday? Like Wednesday night would work?
Yeah, well, Wednesday night would be fine.
Is that weekly or bi-weekly or what?
Probably
I don't-
bi-weekly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we really hammered it out. But I think bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense, just
Uh,
because then it gives you time to watch some
Yeah.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be streaming it at least the podcast, but it's definitely going to be uploaded on the Level Unlocked Podbean for right now.
There you go.
So-
Nate James, watch every single episode of Dragon Ball Super, and all three of
Fucking-
us will talk about it.
God.
No can do, bud. I'd
How
rather
many
watch
episodes is
GT.
that?
It's
Oh.
131 episodes.
Wow, I think that would take longer than 2 weeks.
Not with that attitude, it won't.
I 100% would watch. I'd rather watch Kai, to tell you the truth.
I would
least
rather
Kai
watch you
got rid of
drowned in a
filler.
lake, but I can't say it. I'm just kidding.
At least Kai got rid of the filler.
I'm just
That's
messing.
true.
I love you.
No, GT was phenomenal.
No,
Baby
Super was
was
phenomenal.
a great arc. Super is just
Okay, James, just because you like to shit on shit
Over
without actually
ex-
knowing the truth, okay?
I'm sorry. What? Excuse me? Oh, we are going to. There's gonna be some fist fights going on outside after the stream.
You guys said you wouldn't Hong Kong hustle anymore.
the Hong Kong hustle came back.
You scare the
just messing.
children.
You
I'm just
scare the
messing.
children.
I love you, Nate James. Just remember that. I wouldn't want to see you
Got you.
drowned.
I kind of want to see myself drown, but we'll talk about that later.
Hey,
I kid
an
for
adventure.
legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
Well, on that note, so I say that's a podcast, folks.
That is.
Make sure you follow, like, love us on the social media that we only have
Click
one
the
on.
button.
You
Yep.
love us, email us, levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, I'll get back to
Where
you,
can
James.
they
No
e-
worries.
I was gonna say, where can they email us if they have a question that we
Oh,
can
yeah.
read when we don't have a 3-hour show?
Yeah, I know,
and I
right?
need to be up in 6 hours.
levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com, which today we got a new follower, by the way, which is awesome.
Cool.
So we're up to 7 followers and 550 downloads, which is awesome.
A
So
lot
thank
of
you for
that's
that.
actually quite a few downloads.
It is. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at what
Thank you,
Jameson.
Big Dawson. I appreciate you.
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
Very much
Yeah,
appreciate you.
unlocked
Beautiful.
pod.
So thank you
Nice.
everyone for the huge month we've been having. Significantly better than the month before, up 336% from the previous month. So absolutely
good.
phenomenal. So thank
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
for
That's
that.
pretty good.
Thanks for your
Hey.
continuous
Hey.
support,
That's pretty good.
and we will see you next week for episode 40, Mother effing 1. You all have a
Safe
good
this
night.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
We'll see you next
Halloween.
week.
Happy Halloween.
Don't
Thanks
get
for your
needles
time,
in
guys.
your apples.
Deuces.
And to my
That would be-
stream.
Nice.